Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're about to get started in a hot second. Appreciate y'all. Hey, what is going down, everybody? Thank y'all for hanging out here with us. This is kind of like an unexpected live stream that kind of popped up. It's the eye contact. That's the part that's throwing me, man. Why you have to have such strong eye contact when you do that, man? Sorry if the screen seems a little mashed in. I was trying to change that, but it's looking like it's not going to do full frame. But that's all right, though. The party's not going to stop. Hey, I am here with the incredible Jabby Koay, ladies and gentlemen. Jabby Koay. Yes.
Hello, people.
You know I love my sound effects. So I've had the privilege of actually hanging out with you a couple of days, man, and we've
it's for the first time ever.
It's been a great experience because we've had an opportunity to just talk life, channel, politics.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of everything, man. But one of my favorite things to talk about is this content creator life that we've been living.
Mm-hmm.
And we've kind of like been going back and forth most of the times. 90% of the time, I'm sitting at the foot of the master, and you throw me some scraps off of the table and say there's a lesson in this, Padawan.
Mm-hmm.
Come back to me when you can snatch the pebble from the hand. And I'm constantly trying, and I'm always learning some new stuff. But I felt a little selfish. I was like, man, I'm over here getting all these gems. It would be kind of cool to let everybody else in on some of our conversations. So with the help of Claude, I was like, what would be some great conversation start points on what it means to be a content creator.
Okay. I have not ever used Claude, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, that's completely brand new to me. But anyway, yeah, so hello. How's it going? I'm used to you coming in hot with like the 99 miles per hour introduction. Like, I'm Syntell with the Intel. I'm like, what did he say? Those are words. I know those are words.
Yeah, it's true. But after some of our conversations, and you were like, yo, you got to slow down, bro. Like, you're like, you coming into that. So I'm actually applying some of the things that
okay, in real time. We're seeing changes happen in real time.
In real time, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
First off, for those that may not know, I don't know how, if you love reaction channels, I don't know how you don't know this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Give the people like a brief Jabby 101, man.
Oh, like who I am, what I do?
Yeah, man. I mean, not everybody. There may be a couple of people sprinkled out there that may not know of your greatness.
Okay. All right. So back in 2015, no, even before that, back in 2013, 2014, I started doing YouTube videos with more consistency, which initially the channel started out as something for my reels, for acting, for action.
Okay.
And then it evolved towards trying to make legitimate like short film content. And then eventually it gravitated towards discussions of pop culture with you, in fact, with Good Thing, Bad Thing. And then I started moving towards trailer reactions and whatnot. And late 2015, time is like compressing in my brain.
Okay.
I started doing Indian content alongside other reaction videos, and that kind of consumed my channel's identity, which at the time was called Jaby Koay, and then it has since become called CinePals.
Okay.
I started a separate American channel a few years later called what did I call it? I forgot what I called it. I forgot the name all of a sudden because I'm on the spot. But eventually it was called Get Jabby. That was the name for Games Entertainment Talk.
Yeah.
And then it became CinePals.
Okay.
And then we started a tertiary channel for Korean, Southeast Asian content called Cinetofu, but it's become predominantly Korean content.
Okay.
That's where we found the most success on that channel. And most recently, we've been we've been developing a video game channel called Cine NPCs and Cine Quickies. I've migrated our trailer reactions over to Cine Quickies because that is a different kind of audience, I think. The audience that wants to see 5-10 minute videos versus the audience that wants to see hour and 20-minute movie reaction videos.
Okay.
Over the last 5 years, since pandemic, I guess, we have shifted almost completely from trailer reactions and short form reactions to movie reactions and show reactions.
Okay.
And so the next up after the games and Cine Quickies is podcasts. And so that's going to be the next development over the next couple months.
Wow, that's a lot.
So in between, I was a commercial actor and a studier of martial arts, but I've mostly just shifted towards lifting a dumbbell. And I still do jumps. Like the thing I'm most proud of that is I can still do basic flips, and I can do like crazy long jumps, like 7 feet jumps from standing. That's how, that's one of the things I test myself with. How do my knees feel afterwards? And so that's the test, you know?
I heard you when you were walking around the kitchen earlier, and I heard the pops. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's coming.
So, I mean, is that a thorough rundown, I guess?
That was actually really, really thorough.
I was in an Indian movie. Did I tell you that?
No. Say more.
Acharo booked an Indian role before I did. And so she was going to India in 2023, I believe. And she's like, well, you're going to come with me. I'm like, yeah, sure I am. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going with you to India. So we went to India in 2023 for her movie role. And then after, what the plan was, after her movie production is complete, then we would go around other parts of India.
Okay.
So we're on the set for her movie, and we're getting close towards the end. And the director goes, hey, can I put you in the movie?
Ooh.
For like a small role? I was like, sure. And he gave me a line to say.
Yeah, was it in English?
It was in English. And I was like, I can't say that because that's racist. And he's like, oh, what do you want to say? And I said, I could say, hello, bitches, I'm Jabby Koay, or something like that. I thought that'd be funny. It was some kind of self-referential thing to telling this guy to get out of the room. Because he was like, this is this dude who is of African descent going room to room with a gun, trying to look for this dude. And then he comes into my room and I say something about getting out. I forgot what my line was.
Right.
And that was it. I, in my one line, had more dialogue than Achara did in the entire movie.
So at the end of the day, you still was like,
I still haven't seen that movie to this day.
Really?
I was waiting to do a reaction on Cinetesi with Achara, but we just never got around to it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jabby Delegato. That was a controversial name, actually. The Jabby Delegato that he's referencing.
Jabby Delegato. That's
Jabby Delegato. It's a reference to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh.
Yeah. And some people thought I was being racist in saying Jabby Delegato. And I was like, what? How's that racist? I'm so confused. But like, not everybody knows the reference. That's why. So.
Okay, there we go. I finally figured out how to get a full screen. There we go. Sorry, everybody. So you initially got your start, with the acting bug. Did that kind of like bring it back a little bit more when you got that gig?
No. I had fun. But you and I kind of talked about this the other day. Like for me, acting is not something I'm pursuing. It's something I'm okay to do. I really enjoy doing it. I have so much fun acting, especially if I can be a character with an accent or a tick or something like I love
the tick.
Yeah, I love creating characters of some kind. I enjoy that thoroughly, but it's not my pursuit. It's something that is a weapon in my pocket that I'll pull out whenever possible. And so I'll happily write roles for myself. What I've learned, though, is if I write a tiny, tiny role for myself, I will do substantially worse than if I write a meaningful role for myself. Because I put a role for myself in Love, Punch, Kill, and I was like, this is It's okay.
Ah.
Like if there's anything I wish I could change desperately in Love Punch Kill is my performance, because I looked so angry, which was informed probably by the fact that I was extremely stressed out while shooting.
I believe that.
So, but yeah. Anyway, I enjoy it, but that's not my pursuit. My pursuit is directing, writing and directing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've come such a really long way from being cast in commercials, doing background work, you're doing your own projects, be as a writer, a director, choreographer. You've done so much stuff, and now because of some of the success that you're finding on this platform, you know, maybe more doors may be opening up that can make that dream a little bit of a reality.
Sort of. It makes it more of a reality since it gives me the means to produce my stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't give you, unless you're someone like Mr. Beast or one of those folks, or unless you're making exclusively like short films on YouTube. Doing reaction videos does not, and even finding immense success in reaction videos does not lead you to suddenly you're booking movie roles.
Okay.
Unless you are actively auditioning and you can say, I have this many followers. And then they go look into it and they're like, oh, like he's got personality and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not pursuing acting.
Right.
And so when it comes to the transition or conversion to directing, they have no reason to trust me. There was someone I was talking to not that long ago who was like, we might be able to leverage that actually to like produce a film that you're directing. And, you know, you've got this whole following behind you. But I have not followed up with that person in a while because I've been intensely focused on developing my studio.
Okay.
Which I still have 2 rooms left to develop out of the several rooms that are in that house.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So that's been my focus lately.
Wow. That's a hell of a jump, man. To be able to come from like a smaller space. I remember in the very beginning, when you were hustling for a space and you made that work to transition it to your apartment, and now you're kind of like, you know, taking these bigger leaps. What effect does that level of growth have to the content that you're creating now compared to when you started? Like compared to when we was like on the casting couch, putting together good thing, bad thing, to the level of quality that you're able to produce now?
That's a great question. I don't know exactly how to answer that question.
Okay.
It's definitely a different vibe. Like, things are a lot easier now in some regards and harder in some regards because the expectations go up. When we were shooting Good Thing, Bad Thing, we were shooting on Canon 7Ds.
Yeah.
And cameras similar to that. Like, you know, it wasn't that long after the transition of photo cameras becoming tools hungry, young, aspiring filmmakers could use. Right. And so the initial implementation was this afterthought of you can do video on these cameras now, and you can use quality glass. And it was like a new door had been opened. And Canon inadvertently captured the market that Red was trying to capture. But that you were limited. You could record 12 minutes in HD. And that was the best you were going to do.
That's wild.
Yeah. And but at that time it was cutting edge, right?
Right.
And so when we were doing our podcast, it was kind of a little stressful because like someone would have to keep hitting record all the time.
Right.
On the different cameras in rotation. So naturally I would enlist my girlfriend or something, right? And then doing reaction videos, you'd run into the same thing. I remember when I think it was the Canon 70D or 60D, one of those cameras had come out.
Okay.
And it introduced autofocus. And I'm like, oh, this is the way. Like, there's no going back to that bullshit we've been doing for forever. Like, this is the way forward. The lens can autofocus with this quality glass. It's insane.
Right.
And then they finally like started to, at some point, the time limit went away with Sony cameras. And I'm like, okay. And then Canon finally caught on and got rid of it. Like, this is all recent developments. Canon got rid of the record times.
Right.
So now you can, like, it's so much easier now in terms of that.
Right.
And so that's nicer. I have access to cooler tools now.
Yeah.
But that's not the thing that makes or break the content, because I know that's something we're going to get into at some point. But like, that's the biggest thing is it's like there are certain things that are easier and I can achieve the quality I'm looking for with a little bit less friction.
Yeah.
You know, if that makes sense.
Okay. I know I'm over here drop rapid fire in you right now. I got you on the spot. Da, 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 da. Who are you? What have you done? What's coming out of the studio? Here's a simple question. Is it still fun?
I have so much fun. I think I have more fun now than I did before.
Really?
Yeah. Because we're not, you know, when you're doing we were doing predominantly like short form trailer reactions before. And I don't know, with trailer reactions, there was always the stress of like the music, and then how do I capture the experience? Like, it was fun, but with the movie stuff, there's a hangout vibe that is more lengthy, like what we're doing right now.
Okay.
But we're watching a movie and we're having that experience, that lengthy experience together. And it's like, and especially if you're with a partner that you're having a good time with, it's so much fun to do that versus like trying to crush 12 videos with somebody. And you got to be like, it's a new interesting every 5 to 10 minutes, which it's cool. But like, I enjoy movie reactions way more because you can actually create a substantial opinion out of that versus the trailer reaction. It's like, everything's awesome. Yeah. Like, how do you have varying degrees of opinion when you're watching a commercial? Yeah. You know, it's like when you get to do the TV show reactions and movie reactions together, you're hanging out and you're creating a hangout experience for other people as well. Yeah. It's more interesting.
I can't lie. That's one of the things that really pulled me into being in your space and even, you know, pursuing this as a career. It is the fun factor of it, to be able to have this thing that you really enjoy and to be able to share it in real time.
Yeah.
I don't know too many places or opportunities that kind of like allow that, and you can manipulate it and do it on your own terms, be the type of content that you want to watch and see and all of that. Yeah, it's dope. You definitely opened me up to a whole brand new world. So let's go back even further. Why reactions? What was there like was there a moment or a person that you was reacting with, or a special piece of content that was like, this really might be the thing?
Everything was, I think, how do I answer this? So as I mentioned earlier, I was doing like short films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was trying to do web series, and Greg was actually the one who was pushing me to do more YouTube. He's like, you have 500 subscribers and you're not doing anything with that. Why aren't you doing anything with your channel? I'm like, I just don't feel like, at the time, YouTube just didn't, like, it wasn't something I was thinking about as a job. And he's like, you could totally like do this and like make a living out of this. Yeah. You could do like games or something. You should do something with YouTube. And I'm like, I don't know, Greg. And I dismissed it. But then I started trying to do the web series thing for the creative endeavor. And Greg was doing movie reviews. And like, that was his whole thing. And then he tried doing trailer reactions as a joke. It was just like, this will be stupid.
Okay.
And he did it and he had fun. And then people responded. And he's like, oh, like, I had fun and people had fun with me.
Right.
Let me keep doing that. And then the trailer reactions became a substantial part of his channel. Yeah. And I started doing it very lightweight. But I remember I was working in casting. I'd been working in casting for a while. And I was like, I was sick of it. I was sick of the environment, the egos, it's like, I have fun, and it definitely booked me acting gigs as well. But it's just like, I just got tired of that space.
Right.
I was over it. And I told Greg, I was like, I would really like to get out of this. I want to do what you're doing. I want to be in the YouTube space.
Right.
And this is like December 2015. Right. I keep wanting to say 2025. December 2015, around there. He was like, okay, if you want to do what I'm doing, because he had 300,000 subscribers at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even back then.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And so he was like, if you want to do what I'm doing, get to 100,000 subscribers. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself a year. I gave myself a target of 12 months. So December of 2016, okay, I'm going to have 100,000 subscribers. That's my goal.
That is a wild goal.
Yeah.
Man.
But I was like, I needed to give myself a limited time, but in enough time.
Right.
Where it's like, I could reasonably accomplish this if I put my nose to the grindstone.
Yeah.
And I started opening myself up because Greg was having massive success with American content. And I was like, well, he's dominating that space. I need to find my own space. So I started looking at international content, whether it's films from Mexico or France or Germany or India. And then the Indian content seemed pretty cool. And then Indian audiences found me. And then they just started slamming my channel with requests. And I was like, well, I'll just oblige. And then within 3 months, I hit 100,000 subscribers because of India.
In 3
months? Yeah, in 3 months. And so it was pretty crazy.
For those that are out there trying to figure out how to become a content creator, you know how impressive that number is to hit. that quickly. These aren't shorts.
Yeah.
This is long form.
Yeah. No, that's trailer reactions.
Okay. But it's still considered long form content by today's standards.
Yeah, it's trailer reactions and movie reviews.
Right.
And then by the end of the year, we hit 300,000 subscribers. It's pretty crazy. But then at some point, I realized like I'm still American at the end of the day, and I love American movies. I need an outlet for my American content, and that's when I started Get Jabby.
Wow.
And then that became CinePals.
What was that transition like? Because I feel like it's the same universe with different solar systems.
What do you mean?
It's like well, there's a cultural difference
between Indian and American.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's that jump like? Was it like kind of like you're on this fast moving train and you jump off and you hit the ground and you or were you still kind of like in a sprint?
The interesting part for Indian content was I grew up watching kung fu movies and Jackie Chan and whatnot, and like other people from Hong Kong, like Sammo Hung, Yuen Biao. His name's not coming to my head right now, but he was in the Star Wars movies. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now, but he's the guy, Ip Man with the crazy fists. I can't. It's like it's left.
Jet Li. I mean, not
Jet Li as well, but yeah, he's played a blind guy twice. He was in Star Wars and in John Wick.
What is wrong with me?
I can name all of his movies.
Oh my gosh.
And Michelle Yeoh, of course. Yeah. All of them. Donnie Yen. There it is. I knew it would come to me.
Appreciate y'all.
So, but I grew up watching all that, and Asian films have and you grew up watching anime, so you kind of already knew. Yeah. But Asian films have a different sort of tone to them.
Okay.
That is. It goes against American tone. American tone is very consistent.
Okay.
Asian tone is like we do all the tones. They all belong together. And so I was already primed for that with Indian content. Indian content sort of dances in the same way, playing with different tones together.
Okay.
And so I was easily acclimated to it. And then going back to American content just felt natural.
Yeah.
And so I was able to do both, almost like speaking different languages.
Wow.
So I have a sense as to what the different audiences like are going to, not the different audiences, but the different content is going to give me and how I should respond to it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I don't know if I answered the question.
No, I think you did.
Okay.
I think you answered it well enough. Okay. So 10 years in the game. That's you've seen a lot of changes where the barrier of entry has changed dramatically from when you first got started.
Yes, very much different. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So for those of you that are looking at this to figure out like what does that mean to be a content creator in today's day and age? If you were starting from zero
today,
yeah, what does that look like? With the barrier of entry being so different now.
God, it's tough, man. I think YouTube's policies are a little tough. Like they go, I don't know the exact numbers and data, but like you have to have like 1,000 hours watch time.
Mm-hmm.
And a certain amount of subscribers. I think it's 100 subscribers or something. I forget. Or you have to have 10 million hours of YouTube Shorts watch time.
Yeah,
it's something insane.
Yeah,
those are all difficult to achieve.
Mm.
I'm able to achieve it very quickly because I know how to divert my audience to those other channels.
Okay,
and I can pull it in pretty quickly. But even with that, I still have a hard time with those new channels getting to those audiences that need to see it.
Even with somebody at your level.
Yes.
It's still a bit of a
like we uploaded a video to CineQuickies. And I know if I uploaded to CinePals instead of CineQuickies, it would have done substantially better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't understand how to make the audience see this video because I end up having to pair it like as a collab with CinePals if I want people to see it.
Okay.
Every time.
Right.
And it's a pain in the ass. I'm like, why can't this just stand on its own? And so it's one of those things where I have to keep helping it like a crutch until enough people are subscribed and have their notifications on for CineQuickies where I can stop partnering it up with CinePals as aggressively. And so I feel for people who are starting today. Like I was just talking to someone the other day who's like really passionate about horror films and does horror film essays, and they have like maybe 3,000 subscribers, I think, and their videos on average get 1,000 or less views.
Right.
And I'm like, God, that sucks. Like, how do you make that jump? How do you find traction in this competitive space where like something like 300,000 hours are uploaded every 5 minutes or something stupid?
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can do with that knowledge is make the video you want to see out there that isn't out there. Because if you chase dollars,
Mm,
If you chase attention, you're going to fail.
mm,
No one cares. Like, people see through that. There's two ways to go about it. Be passionate
yeah.
about the video you want to see out there, or make videos that are rage baity. Those are the two avenues of success, man. And I'd rather take the former than the latter.
Okay.
So I prefer celebrating over being pessimistic and nihilistic.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. So, well, let's you kind of open that door a little bit. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the difference between making content for the love of the game and making content for the algorithm. Is the algorithm still a factor when you create your content, or are you at a point now where it really is, I can just do this for the love of the game and the numbers come regardless?
It's a little bit of both, I guess. There's a movie reaction I really want to do to a film called Sorry for Bothering You, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I use that as because it's a recent conversation, because They Cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, excellent movie.
It instantly became one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And people in the comments were like, "Oh, you'd enjoy I'm Sorry for Bothering You."
Yeah.
And then I looked at how many people asked for that.
Yeah.
And, I check online to see what the following around that movie is. And I go, okay, I can do this, and I will probably make back my investment, and I know I'll have fun. That's not a factor. And I know the people who turn up to watch it will have fun. It's just that I have to decide between like that or something that more people I know want to see. And it's constantly like that game, And so I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. I'm in a privileged position where I can do that. And even if I lost money on it, I'll still be all right.
Okay.
I'm going to be fine. I can bounce back like that right now. Thankfully, I'm very, very happy and blessed. But those are the kinds of things I'll think about. Is like, yeah, I could, and more than likely it'll make its money back. But I have to be fiscally responsible with every step.
Right.
And so, who I pair up with to watch that, and like, when do I put that out? What am I putting it out instead of?
Right.
These are all little micro decisions you have to make all the time, every day, at my position, at my level, to make sure that your audience is happy, make sure you're happy, make sure everything is flowing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I could do it. And I do intend to watch the movie, whether it's a reaction or not. And I'll probably do it as a reaction. But yeah, those are like decisions that you have to consider all the time still. Okay. I think that when you're just starting out, the benefit that you have over someone like me is you can mess around and find your space, find your voice. That's one of the benefits of starting over, is you can just goof off in a way. Like, okay, you were talking to me the other day about how when you'd come on my channel before you were content creating, you could just mess around.
Oh yeah, I used to have a good ass time. I'd show up, we about to make some content. Yeah. And just say whatever's on top of my head, not worry about, it was like being at a theme park. Yeah. I'm just here for the fun. Yeah. But that changes.
It shifts. Yeah, it shifts as you get more responsibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah. I forgot where we were going with this. So the whole thing is like, if you're just starting out, you can do whatever you want. And it's like you're obscure anyway at the moment. And you can experiment. That's what it is. You can just experiment to your heart's content, because there's no money incentive yet. There's no brand deals yet. Right. You don't even have an audience yet. You can literally do whatever you want and find your footing and figure out how you want to walk through this space. Whereas someone who's established, like if I suddenly wanted to do short films on CinePals, that would be a hurdle. I'd have to push it through each video and be like, oh, please watch my short film. And then I'd feel like I'm bothering people and annoying them. Like, please watch my short film, please watch my short film, or whatever it is. And it's like, and even when they watch it, it's like, if I told you the watch time on Love Punch Kill, like, I love that short film. I think it's awesome. I do. But the watch time makes me sad when I look at that watch time. I'm like, whoa, so many people aren't actually finishing this short film. It's really frustrating. There's the guy who Achara made a joke about earlier, who's the emotional damage guy. Stephen He, I think is so. He did an interview recently talking about how he did an experiment. He tried to do like a web series thing, and he spent a lot of money on this thing. It was like a Star Trek with Asians comedy web series thing. And he sunk so much blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. He had a lot of fun. He had a lot of noteworthy talent in this thing. And he said it cost him so much, and has hurt his channel in a way that he's not sure he can recover from.
Wow.
And so I was going back and forth with the Char this morning about YouTube Shorts, because like that's a whole other avenue, because people get excited about, you know, oh, I'll go on TikTok, or I'll go on Instagram Reels, or I'll go on YouTube Shorts. And it's like, okay, like there are people who have millions of views in those spaces and make $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Millions of views.
Yeah.
If you make 1 million views doing long form on YouTube, you're doing phenomenal.
Yes.
But if you're doing 1 million views in any of these other spaces that are short, like burst content, you're not doing well. Right. You're doing pretty bad, actually. And so it's on you then to find a brand deal or brand deals, or try to convert those audiences towards long form, which is really, really hard. And so one thing that's happened is you have a lot of these YouTubers who have long form content that they're already successful with. And they're like, oh, I want to get a bigger audience. I want to like reach other people that I haven't reached yet. So they start doing YouTube Shorts on their channel. Those start popping off. They're doing phenomenal. And then they see the views drop on their long form content. They're like, what's going on? No one understands what's happening. And what it is the algorithm starts favoring people with shorter attention spans. And they start like getting the notices for your channel. And when the long form content is flashed at them, they ignore it. They're not going to watch that 60-minute video you put out. They want the 30-second video. And so YouTube goes, oh, no one wants your long form videos. So we're going to stop recommending them to everybody. And then you see these channels like start to lose money because they were giving energy to YouTube Shorts. And so the trick I tell people with that is make sure you have a separate avenue for your shorts, because it's going to fuck up your it's going to mess up your long form. Yeah. So
all right.
Conversion is tough. That's the short of it.
Yeah. Well, you said something that kind of hits home to me. It's like when you sometimes you can make a choice for your channel, and the algorithm decides that, okay, so this is maybe your new identity. And if you make a dramatic shift, especially if you find success in it, and if you make a shift from what that previous identity is, be it if you're doing just dramatic stuff or anime or short projects, and you try to make that shift, sometimes it seems that the algorithm it seems like the algorithm is like, no, you were kind of doing this thing, and we want you to kind of like stay.
You can get stuck.
Right. So then that kind of goes back to what I was saying, like how much freedom do content creators really have when the algorithm can really dictate your level of success?
So the way to do it, because I've been studying it a little bit, the way to do it if you're trying to do something brand new on the channel is you have to introduce it alongside your other stuff in a way that it still feels like the other stuff. It's no different than, let's say I'm trying to get a new host on the channel that can be independent of me or Achara. Because like when we have a new person on the channel, we try to have them shoot with Achara or myself as much as possible, because we're the most recognizable faces on the channel, until people are like, oh, I really like them. And then we're going to go, then Achara and I go, okay, now's the time to like try them out with like Michael or someone else on the channel who's pretty popular. And then so we that's phase 2. So we do that and we see how that's going. And now and then that tells us like if we can let them be completely independent of us. My goal is always to make them independent of us so that they can flourish and be popular on the channel. It's like I always try to make all my hosts popular, right? That's several phases. It takes like 3 to 4 months for that to roll out.
Wow.
You have to do the same thing with content if you're trying to do a new avenue where it still feels like the old content. And then you're slowly kind of making this shift with the audience, psychologically guiding them towards that other content. And then eventually you'll have 2 streams of content: the old stuff that people still like because you got to keep that up, and then your new thing that is like a completely different venture. But if you just come out raw, like cold turkey in this other thing, and you don't keep this up, you're gonna get messed up. Yeah,
I have fallen victim to that numerous times. So I'm happy to hear you kind of like say that thing out loud. And for those of you that are curious, when it comes to maintaining that thing that you love, and then making like drastic changes, there could be a cost for that. So let's talk about costs. The cost of doing business for your channel is very different than the cost of doing business for somebody that's starting out. And costs can be time is a cost. Money is definitely a cost, and energy. Can you speak on the difference on what somebody that is going to be a new content creator, what the cost is going to be to be on this endeavor, and if you have time, talk about what the cost is for you now in order to maintain at this level.
Those are two very different questions. So I'll try to take the first one first.
Let's start with the new people.
Yeah. So first, you got to decide like what kind of content are you trying to put out there that's not out there or that you want to see? Because I see a lot of parroting happening, and I hate parroting. I saw it like twice today on Instagram Reels where this video happens. Right? They're like, you're seeing the reason why you're watching this content. It's sort of like reaction videos, but not in the way that we do reaction videos. Because when we do reaction videos, there's commentary. There's this like, you're literally hanging out with us for a substantial period of time.
Yes.
And we are offering substantial opinion and critique while also creating this vicarious experience.
Okay.
Right? What I see a lot of on Instagram is people will just like make a face and then the content's happening behind them. Or the content will play and then cuts to them going like with the fucking camera I'm so sorry for cussing.
Sorry,
the camera's like this tight on them while they're like laughing like ha 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 ha, and it's like I can't even see your face. You don't have an opinion. You're literally just stealing the content, and your reaction is this tight of a laugh. For all I know, you're just AI. Like I don't even know if you're a real person. And I see a lot of content being siphoned that way. If that's your goal, I have no words for you. Like I have no opinion other than please stop doing that. I hate that content. It's just, that's not, to me, that's not content. You're just stealing. Because you're not really offering anything. There was a video I saw today of a dude kissing a girl at a bar, and both of them were drunk. And then it turned out the girl wasn't a girl. And the bartender was like giving the dude who's getting kissed a heads up. And it kept cutting back to this guy who's in a car going, and then eventually he laughs. And I'm like, that's your content? That's what you took up my time for? I want my time back. Okay, so that's a long preamble. I'm sorry. So you got to start with like, okay, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to do short form content on IG? Let's say that let's say that's what it is, right? You have your phone. You're good. Almost everybody has one of these. You can be a content creator. Like the barrier to entry to make content is so much easier now than it was when I was starting out because you can literally flip on your phone. Now the editing is where it gets tricky, but even that has become democratized. Where you have apps where you can edit on the phone or something like that, right? That's all available. Are they easy to use? No, they're a little bit of a pain in the ass compared to keyboard and mouse, but the only thing in your way is you. So if you're just starting out and you're trying to do content like that, the barrier to entry is so small. Like you can easily get started right now. If you're trying to do long form content like the reaction videos that we do or creative video essays, you can still use your phone for at least shooting you. Is your audio going to be as good as mine? No, but that's okay. No one cares. As long as they can hear you clearly and there's not like a whole bunch of other sounds like a child crying in the background or something like that, or cars going by. Like as long as the predominant sound is your voice, you're okay. You can use your phone, and the phones have gotten pretty darn good. Even the cheap iPhones are pretty good at capturing your voice and isolating you from everything else. But you will still need something to edit with. Now,
so we've covered audio, we've covered video. We've covered a bit of software.
But more on the software is like the PCs are more expensive right now because of the whole RAM shortage thing with AI. And so Apple just put out a computer.
It's like under $600, and it's called decent.
For I don't know how much editing you can crush on that
part. See, that's the thing. I don't know.
I think you probably could get away with basic editing with iMovie, because it's the same technology as this, and this does pretty well. So I feel like you could get that. It's called a MacBook Neo. You could get that $600. That's an investment in you. You know,
it's a good start.
And so there you go. And the editing software is iMovie. iMovie comes with every Mac computer. You don't have to pay for that. You're good. So what was the other question?
We were talking about cost. So you already talked about cost regarding hardware. You talked about cost regarding software. What about a financial cost or the cost of energy or time?
For starting out, for me?
No, for starting out. I'm talking about just the people that have an interest in this thing, that we do.
I think that there's a lot. So this is probably something you were going to bring up later on, but there's this there's a lot of people who go, oh, I'd like to start a channel, and they think about it and think about it and think about it, and then meanwhile their life's passing them by and opportunities passing them by.
Okay.
If you're thinking about doing it, stop thinking about doing it and just experiment. No one knows who you are. You're lucky in that you know that you want to do something. You have the means to do it. Do it. Like this is the opportunity right now. If you keep waiting, you're not going to have that opportunity anymore. And so that's the cost. Is just get your ego out of the way. Just do it. YouTube uploading is free. You know, the equipment is your phone. You can buy a used iPhone. You can buy a used Samsung phone. You can buy a MacBook Neo. And pretty soon you can buy a used MacBook Neo. So, you know.
That trade is always on time.
Yeah. And so for like under $1,000, you could get started.
Yeah.
So that's your cost.
Yeah.
In terms of time, it's like, what are all the like the CEO gurus always say? It's like, okay, you have your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then you got to put in time from 6 to 12.
Yeah.
You're going to be tired.
Yeah.
But is it worth it or not?
Yeah.
You just do it.
Yeah.
You know? So does that answer the question?
No, that's perfect. You gave a perfect, I appreciate that. Now, at your level, what you're willing to talk about regarding the cost when we're talking about time or money or energy, what does that cost look now for you? As compared to what you just told everybody, if you're going to get started, this is the cost. I'm gonna try to tell you this in an abstract way because I don't like to put the actual numbers out there. No, I'm not. Yeah, don't put any real numbers out. But
I'm gonna give it to you in an abstract way. So when Achara first came on the channel, she was the first person I ever hired, and I was like, okay, so here's how much I'd make on average, and here's how much you're going to get. I was just very transparent with the numbers. And basically I was giving her a percentage. What we were collectively getting back then is like, oh God, what's the math on this? It's like 7 to 8 times that amount that we were making together back then is how much we pay a month right now. Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
Those numbers scare me. At the end of each month or at the pay period of each month, like I'm relieved and I'm scared. I'm like, God damn. Like all these invoices come in. The payroll is so high. It's like, it's amazing. And so that's why like sometimes you have to like decide what risks to take and where to play it safe with your audience. Cause it's like everything is a move that like impacts a lot of people in a lot of people depend on me for their income. Like there's a number of people whose only job is working with me.
Right.
That's a huge responsibility.
Yes, it is.
And so the trick at my level is to delegate, trust, and as much as possible have fun.
Right.
And that order is like tricky. Like I still don't know what's the right order of those 3.
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out in real time.
I feel like some of the conversations that we've had is you trying to figure out and delegate time and energy. That's the other cost. So what does that look like? Are you okay to talk about that? About how you spend your time and your energy now that you've talked about at least the financial part of it, giving us at least a good understanding. At this level, how valuable is your time and how valuable is your energy?
Time is literally the most valuable thing. Like no matter how much someone pays you or doesn't pay you, time is the most valuable thing that you'll never get back ever. Okay. And so tell me the question one more time. Sorry. Okay.
So there's a cost.
Yeah.
Where you're starting, we knocked that down beautifully. Now we're talking about the cost when you're on the other side of this. Things are in motion. And I thought you gave a great description of what the monetary side of that looks like. But the other cost is dealing with how much of your time is being spent on this. There's an idea I think a lot of people have that, oh, they're just content creators. All you do is watch a movie. And then it pops up magically on their YouTube screen. But there's time and energy that goes into that. And you do it at a rate and at a level that to me is just it's insanity. And I'm like, how do you have the energy to do this? How do you have the time to do that? And for those that think that this is just like you hit this magic button and then it pops up on the screen. I think people think the real time to process these things is the real time that you actually watch this video.
Right.
And that is so far from the truth.
Right. Okay. So I think I'm seeing what you're getting at. Okay. So, we watched the movie in real time, but like what people don't realize is like today, there's something called second screenable content. right?
Second screenable
Yes,
content.
right.
Okay.
And so what that means is, let's say Netflix has a new movie they put out, right? But I need to do my laundry.
Mhm.
I need to fold my laundry. So I'm going to have this movie over here
Mhm.
going while I fold my laundry.
I do that.
Right? I'm still able to keep up with the content because the way the dialogue is designed is very repetitious.
Mhm.
So I don't ever get lost while I'm folding my laundry.
Mhm.
A substantial amount of streaming content has gravitated towards being second screenable,
Mm.
right? I'm not allowed to do that. When I'm watching a movie for reaction videos, I have to fight everything. Like, I'm just like anybody else out there who's got the drug of the algorithm,
Yes.
who's like trying to like feed me brain rot.
Right.
I'm still, I got the same thing that you're dealing with. I got to deal with it. And so then I have to like engage with movie content in a way that most people don't, which is like, a lot of people will watch something and then pick up their phone and then like move on to something else. And I got to finish this. I got to watch it. I have to engage with it. I have to give interesting commentary.
Mhm.
I have to make sure I'm absorbing it. And then afterwards, I have to produce an opinion that makes sense and is coherent.
Mm.
Right?
Right.
That's just the shooting part of it.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's the editing is quite substantial because like we have a variety of editors. So our first pass editors are all mostly out of the country.
Mhm.
They're what I call satellite editors. And so they do the first pass. And then I have in-house people. My sister, who is the top in-house, she basically controls all of what's going on at the. I don't know where I would be without my sister.
Mm.
And so having people you can depend on allows you to stave off burnout.
Mm.
That's crucial. Is having a team of people you at a certain point. Like obviously starting out you can't, but like as you get further along and you have some money, it's a lot easier to commit to paying people. You should do it. It's an investment in your health.
Mm.
But so there's 2 days that are given by our satellite editors for a movie reaction, let's say 2 days of time. And then it comes to in-house. And then my sister has to look over that and has to approve it. And either has to decide like, okay, this is good enough, or she has to fix it, or she has to send it back. And then she's got to look at it again. So you're talking about like 2.5 to 3 days of man time
Right.
on a single movie reaction. And we put out at least 18 videos a week.
Yeah. Yes,
So
you do.
there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like people, I think people like like every time I see people going, oh, it's so easy. You're just watching. It's like, you do it. I would love to see you do it. You do it. You be entertaining. You go ahead and watch it. And like people get on my case sometimes of like being distracted while watching a movie reaction. And it's like, or I'm not absorbing data.
Mhm.
Like I got Michael next to me. And this is something I was just telling you about the other day, where people in the comments go, oh, Michael's so much better at reactions than Jabby because he's actually understanding what's happening in the movie. It's like, fair enough. I'll be the heel. I'll be the idiot. It's fine.
Okay.
People don't realize that when I'm sitting in that host chair, I'm looking at the camera, making sure it's recording. I'm looking at the audio.
Right.
I'm making sure that like we have a good flow with each other.
Mhm.
I'm making sure that we both understand what's going on in the movie. There's a lot to process all the time. And nothing is more painful than getting to the end of a reaction and realizing you didn't hit the record button or it ran out of tape. Like that's very painful. And so like as much as I try to, and the other thing that I've been able to take off of my shoulders is whether or not the camera's in focus. That used to be another thing I'd have to check.
Right.
Where every once in a while I have to look at the monitor and be like, okay, cool. And then I got to get back in the movie.
Yes.
These are burdens that you don't have when you're just watching something. And then afterwards, you got to make sure the video edit is entertaining. You got to make sure you didn't say something stupid because then the Marvel or DC fans are going to jump down your throat. There's all kinds of weird things, little burdens, you know?
Yeah.
But all that said,
yeah,
I'm having the most fun I've ever had in my life. You know, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
But well, there is, which is directing movies. But like, I'm having fun with this. I'm enjoying the process.
Yeah.
That's the thing Skeeter always reminds me is like, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Did you ever watch True Detective?
Yes.
There's a scene that stuck with me where Woody Harrelson is talking about how, you know, you're constantly looking forward to the best years ahead of you. You're looking forward to the best years ahead of you. And you're just like working towards those best years. And then all of a sudden you realize it slipped through your fingers and the best years are behind you. That, ever since hearing that monologue, has like just burned into my skull. And so what I try to do is just like enjoy everything.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with a friend in Portland the other day. She's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I just want to be next to you. I just want to be next to you. It's like, I'm just trying to be present and be with you. I'm not on my phone. I'm with you. Right. And I'm just trying to be present and have fun. And it's like, everything she was offering me to do, I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I just want to have fun. You know, I just want to be here and present.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of us kind of lack that. We get sort of so absorbed in the brain rot that we forget to be present.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So I don't know if I answered your question. I hope I did.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna take the foot off the gas just for a little bit. I hope you all have been enjoying this so far. Me and Jabby, we literally talk for hours on end about any and everything, and one of our favorite things is definitely content creation. If you had any specific questions, because unfortunately, in order to keep our dialogue intact, I can't monitor what's going on in the chat.
Yeah.
So for those of you that absolutely have something that's just on your brain, that is what the super chat is available for. If there's something that you wanted to ask Jabby Koay.
Oh yes, Achara helps. I'm sorry, I was about to give Achara credit, then she chimed in. I was literally about to give her credit, and then I saw her. She's like, I helped too. And so yes, Achara helps with the editing and whatnot. Achara's got a lot of hats that she wears. We both do. And so the thing I've been trying to do, the transition I've been trying to make, this is very transparent and like inside baseball stuff, but I've been trying to transition it to where Achara can be in charge in the way that I am.
Okay.
So that I can like pursue creative endeavors like directing and whatnot or writing. Okay. But I'll still be on the channel as far as hosting responsibilities go. Okay. And kind of being like, just kind of checking in and guiding things. But for the most part, Achara would be in charge. That should be the name of a TV show. Achara's in charge.
It's like Charles in Charge.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
But so yeah, she like I don't know where I'd be without Achara too.
Right.
Like I just have great team members, most of whom are women, most of whom are female. Well, at least locally.
Hey, listen, if you want something done,
yeah, most of whom are female locally.
Yeah.
Our satellite editors are mostly dudes. But anyway. What I was going to say was, because you asked me a question earlier, and so we transitioned from trailer reactions to and short form reactions to longer form content at a certain point.
Okay.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the reason for that transition was Achara, because she's like, I think it was one of the. I always give her credit for this because she says I don't give her credit, and I'm like, I always go back to this prime example because it was very important in the evolution of the channels. Is I was happily dancing around and playing in the sandbox of short form content. And she's like, I think we need to start doing this longer form content. I think it would be good. I'm like, you edit it then, because I don't want to edit that shit. She's like, fine, I'll do it. Oh. So the very first time that we did longer form content, she took the time to edit it, staying up all night long, editing the short form, the long form content. And it very quickly became clear to me this was the new way. Kind of like how I talked about the camera earlier.
Yeah.
Once autofocus was introduced, like that's the way. Yeah. When Achara showed me the long form content, I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. And then soon the short form content transitioned completely towards shows and movies. And I think it started with like, I don't know with 100% certainty where it started, but it became more clear to me during pandemic with the Disney Plus shows.
Okay.
Like I was going to say Scarlet Witch, but I forgot the name of it all. WandaVision. Okay. Yeah. Like with those shows, we wanted to be part of that conversation. There was also the Zack Snyder not Batman, but Justice League movie. There's all kinds of stuff that was happening around pandemic-ish. And I wanted us to make a transition towards that conversation. So I pushed us to, after Achara showed me, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the way. Okay. You're right. So yeah.
Okay. So what do you see as, if you're willing, what do you see as like the future of this medium that we're in?
For YouTube or us?
Let's just say YouTube. Let's make it broad. Give you more space to run with.
It all depends on how well YouTube is able to crack down on AI. Because there is a scary, did you want us to answer that or?
Yeah, well, let's grab this real quick. Thank you. This is a chat from, I cannot read that, brother. It says
Kiana Moore.
Kiana Moore. Thanks for honoring Black cinema. It's so validating. Hey, thank you so much for the generous super chat. Yeah, did you want to address this real quick regarding, you made a cool little shift, man, regarding some of the content.
It was a substantial shift, actually. Yeah. And so I first off have to apologize to Syntell and to Skeeter, because there are films that both of you were trying to get me to watch for the longest time. I watched a Good Thing Bad Thing episode of us, and there was a few films you had mentioned, including Set It Off, and Living Single and whatnot, and I never got to it until the last year and a half, and I was like, oh, this is what they were trying to get me to watch. Now I see. Now I understand. It took me a minute to get there. But the awakening of interest in Black content came about similarly to the awakening and interest in Indian content. I was just looking around and seeing what's up, what's out there with Tyler Perry content. That was the door to that was the entry, which, like, I hope people are okay with that. It was just like, that was the entry point for me. Because I was always curious about his films, because without having watched it, I dismissed it. Without having, I dismissed Twilight in the same way. I honestly dismissed Bridgerton in the same way. I'm like, this is going to be bullshit. I'm not going to have any fun with this. I'm just going to be hating on it. But as I was getting older, I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Let me be open-minded, because I'm being a punk. Like, I'm being so close-minded about this and not actually giving it a fair opportunity. So I enlisted Michael to go on that journey with me at the beginning, and I was like, let's watch Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and let's just see how that goes. Let's see if we have fun. And we had so much fun. And then, kind of like with the Indian content, there was this like new audience that just showed up and was like, oh, you got to watch this, you got to watch this, you got to watch this. I was like, okay. What I tried to learn from this time around that I didn't do before was I tried to maintain balance this time around, because the impulse is to just completely 100% throw yourself in that direction. And that's just not what you're supposed to do, in my opinion. You want to, because you have an audience that's already there, that comes regularly. Don't forget them. Apple did that for a while. Like, the people that kept Apple alive are the filmmakers, because of they were editing. Apple computers were predominantly for editors. And at some point, the iPod came out, and then Apple did a 100% shift towards that demographic.
And Final Cut was like, hey.
Yeah, hey. Exactly. You don't want to forget the people who've been there this whole time. And so, with the Indian content, I was like, fuck all that. We're just doing Indian content. and that was, to me, like, that wasn't, if I could go back and change anything, that might be what I change, is the reckless abandon into Indian content exclusively. I don't have regrets about what I did. I wouldn't, it's like, if I could go back, that would be the thing I would tell myself, hey, maybe don't do that. But I don't have regrets. I think that what I did taught me a lot, and it made me a better version of myself as I went along. And so I love the Black content and I'm so happy that that audience has been open to me, just like I've been open to the content. That's been like just an amazing journey, and I hope we can keep doing it forever. But like, the whole thing with this time I was trying to approach it with is just balance. And so what I try to do is like, okay, so Tuesdays and Fridays is when I put out the Black films that we're reacting to. And then other days is shows, or if there's like a repeat thing, in an effort to not disappoint the audience that's been waiting for a few days for a new Black film reaction, I put a repeat reaction. It's not really a repeat, but like, it's a repeat film by other hosts. I try to put that on just a random different day, so that no one is feeling like they're missing out on something. Because they're like, yo, we've been asking you to look at this and this and this. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to make everybody happy all the time. So
I think you've had a pretty unique experience that you got a chance to deal with international content, and then allow culture to wash over you while you played in this sandbox of art. And because you've had hundreds and hundreds of videos of international content, when coming over to a culture that's a little bit closer to home, the Black experience, can you speak on those lessons that you've learned from dealing with international content and then hopping over into our playground and enjoying Black cinema? So
that was the biggest one, is just keeping balance and not forgetting. Because it's easy to just focus exclusively on that.
Let's dig a little bit deeper. when here's interesting. Okay, so we talk about pattern interruption a lot, and one of the things that's really cool about watching reactors is that sometimes you can see a reactor that may not look the part watching something different, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, well, how does that look? Like if it's two fathers watching the My Little Pony movie or something like that. It's like it's a bit of a pattern disruption. So people are kind of like anticipating how are they going to respond to these things, right?
Mhm.
Um, how has your audience responded to some of the fish out of water type moments that pop up when you're watching some of this content?
So for the most part, it's been very positive. There's a lot of I'm always appreciative when I see the leeway that we're granted, because honestly, we're ignorant on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I try to be mindful of that. Even when I express that I don't get something, some people get upset. I anticipated that happening with School Days. I talked to you and Chuck about it. I was like, I watched the film and I said in the discussion, I'm like, I don't know that we got this.
Right.
But and I said to Michael on camera a few days later, while I didn't understand it in the moment, it's definitely stayed with me. It left an impression on me.
Yeah.
But that's an example of me being kind of stressed. Like for the most part, I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. And the audience is having a good time as well. And but every once in a while something will pop up and I'm like, okay, this is a little stressful, because I know that a lot of people love this movie and they want me to love it, and I don't love it, and I don't know what to do. And they're gonna get pissed at me for not loving it on the same way they do. And then invariably I'll see the comment of like, how do I put it? They go, oh yeah, it wasn't really made for him. And then there's like a part of me that gets scared that person's not coming back because they have like a reality check of their own, that I don't understand things quite like they understand things.
Okay.
So that comes up sometimes.
Yeah.
I had an analogy for like, and I lost it. There was an analogy for this I had come up with weeks ago, of having an understanding of the Black experience. And it's like, no matter how much energy I invest into it, no matter how many friends I have that are Black and that I love, like I love you, I love, there's so many people in my life that are so important to me that had to walk that path. And even today, you have to educate me on stuff and tell me things like, I didn't know what the fuck PJ. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know what PJs. I didn't know what PJs was. I'm like, what do you mean PJs? I'm thinking there's pajamas in the window, and that's somehow representative of like a poorer neighborhood.
Oh, when we was going to PJs earlier, yeah.
And so, and so, yeah, like. But even with all that, like I'm still learning something new every day, and something is going to check my ignorance for me, and that can be taxing sometimes. It can be frustrating sometimes, because it's like no, but like I want to, I know things, I understand, but it's like I had to, over the course of doing all the Black films, I had to teach myself something, which is you will never know everything about that experience,
of course not,
and that's okay. You just need to acknowledge it.
Okay.
That's been the biggest.
Look at you with this growth. I love this.
Yeah, that's been the biggest lesson, because the white dude in me wants to be like, I get it. All lives matter, okay?
Hey, sometimes the best things about film that I love is that it really forces you to just shut up and watch the experience.
Yes.
And then you can, and then given the opportunity for you to process afterwards. Sometimes that's one of the things that being a reactor, I often find myself, I can put my foot in my mouth because people show up to see the prisoner of the moment, because people were waiting. They're not waiting for you to watch this film and then come back, a day later after you've processed it. They were like, okay, so what do you think? And sometimes the thing that you think in the moment can get you in trouble. Has that ever happened? I'm not talking about just with Black films. I'm just talking about just in general with you being a reactor, and you like a truth came out that shouldn't have.
Oh, plenty of times.
Yeah.
And then I got to decide whether or not to edit it out. I had a thing. Yeah, see, I'm getting educated right now. And so there's something happened with Chuck, and you were there for that moment too.
Okay.
Where Chuck and I were watching a trailer to a film called Agni Path. It's an Indian film.
Okay.
And Chuck was remarking about how this handsome movie star was bitch slapping everybody in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like he keeps bitch slapping, and then he's laughing, and then you're off camera. I don't know if Courtney was there, but you guys were laughing over there, and that's making Chuck make more jokes and laughing some more. And the Indian audience at the time was heated. They were so mad that they felt like he was clowning their content.
Okay.
Like,
I understand.
Nothing makes you more incensed than someone who's from the colonizer world.
Yeah.
Laughing at your content, even though Chuck is black,
yeah.
he's still American at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so for all intents and purposes, for that audience, he's white.
Yeah.
And he's clowning their content and they don't like that. And so it's one of those weird things where it's like people get excited about your opinion because you're an outsider. Yeah. But the moment you speak your opinion, sometimes they're like, well, you're an outsider, you don't get it. And he was just being himself.
Yeah.
You know, and he happily took the crown of being the divisive host on the channel.
Oh, he loves that.
Yeah.
He leans into that.
So that'll happen sometimes where it's like you come in as the outsider and you're trying to just like give your thoughts on something and people will be like, well, you don't get it. And it's like, well, sure, I don't get it. But that's why you're here, is to see my opinion where I don't fully get everything, but it's the outsider perspective. Yeah. So sometimes it gets you in trouble and you got to just accept that.
I've had just my own cultural norms that got me in trouble. For many of us,
Harry Potter, is that what you're thinking about?
No, not even Harry Potter. That's a whole other thing. For many of us, we laugh when we're uncomfortable. At least that's how I grew up. You know, you kind of laugh things off. Scary moments, you laugh it off. Hurt yourself, you laugh it off. And sometimes things can be inappropriate on a movie or a show that you're watching,
right?
And it's jokes galore. It's kind of like a way of like easing in the uncomfortable. And we'll, especially me and Ricardo are notorious for it. The moment come in and people will think that it should have been a moment that should have been taken more seriously. And on one side, we do take it seriously. But in order for us to process it in the moment, because you want this live reaction, that's what happens. It's like I'm having this tee-hee thing while my brain is like, oh, okay, we're back on the same path together, and we kind of go back and forth. So our own cultural influence can sometimes off-put people to how we kind of like respond to things. But it's the price you pay for if you want this reaction live. This is the real that you're gonna get.
So one thing that's gotten me in trouble a little bit. This is before I was doing black content in full earnest. But something that would get me in trouble is and you. I hope I'm not putting you on blast.
Okay, go for it.
But I came to you talking about this because I was concerned at one point. Is the use of AAVE on occasion? See, even now you look confused.
I'm trying to think. I'm going through my
So what would happen is every once in a while AAVE would slip out of my mouth, and it's like I'm not even thinking about it, but it would have African American vernacular English.
Ebonics. I grew up in the 90s. That's
Okay. So, but like it would come out of my mouth sometimes.
There's so many new things. Or like that's not what we call it anymore. Yeah, it's this new thing. We call it Ebonics. But go ahead.
But anyway, like it would come out of my mouth sometimes, and people will call me out in the comments, and I'm like, I'm doing what? I don't even know what AAVE is. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And there was someone I used to be friends with who had to break it down for me and tell him. And then he told me I was appropriating culture, and I'm like, wait, what? What's happening? And then I had to call you up. I had to call Skeeter. I had to call a whole bunch of people up because I was just confused. I was like, wait, I need to be educated. I was like, if black people are not a monolith,
no,
then
not even remotely.
Yeah, then fine. Then that one person's opinion shouldn't be the opinion of everybody. And I should get a collection of opinions from people around me and just to get educated. And one person who I spoke to was like, you're around black people a lot. What do you expect to happen? I was like, okay. So so sometimes I get nervous when I do it by accident. Like there's a video coming out this weekend from Martin.
Okay.
There's a scene where Tommy is handling. I'm putting this out there so those of you watching can spot for this. I don't know if they kept it in the video or not because I didn't edit it. Char's the one who's going to look at it. But Tommy picks up a record. What is this? Can I pick this up? Okay.
Don't toss it, man. That's the
the mouse. Okay,
I'm
gonna take
There we go.
this out.
Yeah, there we go.
So Tommy has a bunch of records, right?
Okay.
And then Pam sees the records and is like, you should just put this in the closet. This is old shit. And Tommy's like, no. And he takes it and he takes it out of the sleeve and he starts polishing it off.
Yeah.
He's polishing off his record for whatever reason. And he keeps gripping it with his fingers. And I go, dog, your fingers are all over the record. And I realized I said dog. And I'm like, fuck, is that going to be a thing? And I got scared. I don't know if you see it on camera, but I legit got scared for a second. I'm like, no, but that was just me being true to me in that moment. And then another thing happened within 5 minutes of that. And I think it's just because I was a little tired when we shot that scene, that bit. Oh no, that's coming out next week. Oh, it is coming out this weekend. So anyway, sorry. Another thing happened where something happened with there's a character who showed up with some messed up teeth. Because I think it was because Cole kept bringing home these women who were just like questionable, and one of them just didn't have any teeth. And Acharo said something, and I was like, I said something that I hear Skeeter say all the time.
The grill jacked up.
I didn't say grill. I said her teethuses.
No, that's too far.
And so, and it's just like, it's just because I grew up hearing that so much that I naturally said it, and I was like, oh, God damn it.
Well, here's the thing, man. Yeah. With you being in the genre that you're in, you're going down a path of it's impossible for you to not make a mistake. There's always going to be somebody who's going to have something to say.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep the spirit of you enjoying the content, you know what's going to happen, what people are going to say is you can't really control that.
Right.
And as far as you saying dog all the time,
I don't say it all the time. Is a thing. Especially on camera. I'm very mindful of it.
That's super light work, man. I mean,
yeah.
You're not spazzing out in the back of an awards road, yelling out the hard R. So there's levels to this. I think you're gonna be okay. I know it kind of went at length with this. Thank you so much.
There was another super chat.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Kunal Pathur.
Thank you so much, Keanu. I hope we thoroughly answer your super chat. We got one more coming out.
Kunal Pathur has been part of the.
Yes.
He's been part of the CineJump universe since the beginning. It feels like.
I'm so far from the thing, I can't really read it.
Kunal Pathur says Jabby needs to be invited to a cookout if he hasn't been already. I've been invited to Syntell's cookout
Jabby
multiple times.
In multiple black spaces.
Yeah.
It's all good. The one thing we're not worried about is you, Jabby. Enjoy your content. Enjoy the audience. I'm jealous. Be perfectly.
Man, what are you jealous?
Because it's content that I grew up with, love and adore, and I would love to be able to watch it again for the first time. I've already kind of had a lot of those experiences. So when you'll hit me up sometimes, you'll be like, oh, did you see this, that, and the third? Or you'll have that particular moment from this particular film. It's just like, oh man, I remember the very first time I saw that kind of go down. So
yeah, but you got things that I haven't even seen yet, like Doctor Who and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the thing about this thing that we do, because there's so much content out there.
Well, what I love about what we do specifically is the thing that seems to be embraced most often is when you have someone from the other side looking, right? And to me, that is an opportunity for bridging cultural divide. You're looking at Doctor Who, which is like, I wouldn't have ever expected you to watch that, honestly. But you're watching this, and then you're talking to a predominantly British audience.
Yes.
And it's like, this is crazy. Like they're getting to watch an African-American person and engage with their content and learn from you directly. Yeah. Your experience and your commentary. I'm like, that is so cool that they are engaging with you.
Right.
Well,
that's the draw. I mean, we talk about pattern disruption. And we've had on multiple accounts, we've had other black people in the space come out and be like, there's not a whole lot of us. We're out here, but there's not a whole lot of us on a public platform saying like, yo, we love Who. And to experience it publicly. And then there's people that are just curious, like, what does that look like over here to watch something that's so beloved, that's been in the game 60, 70 plus years.
Right.
And to see it from a younger viewpoint, from the newer generation of Who stuff, and also a little bit of an older generation from the Blurred, from the Black Nerd, Black Geek experience.
Yeah.
So it was kind of singular in its own way. There's not a lot of people that look like me or Koay that was kind of doing it, and you got a chance to see us, in real time.
Yeah.
And how we and all of it is fun, but not all of it is gems either. So the ones that may not have hit the way, you got our real response.
Yeah.
The ones when we're down here jumping out of our chairs, celebrating the doctor vanquishing yet another foe, you got a chance to see that. And it's cool to see somebody that doesn't look like you, that's not from where you are, enjoy the thing that you hold true.
I think it's dope that you have that that you have that following. There's some interesting comments I was seeing scroll by.
Go for it, man. Here, give you the mouse real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me see if I'll go back to Knut with Thor and start with that.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Miss Lee to you, but Jabby, I think the Black experience is way. This is what I was responding to earlier.
Okay.
The Black experience is way bigger than film. It's a big part, yes. However, you won't know and understand everything, and that's okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like the films are the other component of my own engaging with that understanding, because obviously, like, before watching any of the movies, I was hanging out with Syntell. I grew up with Skeeter. He's my big brother. I grew up with, at this point, I grew up with Chuck. Yeah. It's like there's a lot of people in my life who have shared their experiences with me. And then the films are coupled with that. Yeah. So I don't know if that's meaningful. And then it says Butterfly B was never expected this. Cola. Mizzy Pie 27 says, I love Jabby and Michael for being honest when they don't get something, but still acknowledging and highlighting the culture. You both are appreciated, entertaining. Thank you. Wolfie plays. I can understand because sometimes reactors be laughing and making jokes at the most emotional moment. It's just...
It happens sometimes. It's just you're catching a human moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RE2 Spiffy. We don't spell it out, lol. Just AAVE or AV. I'm sorry, I'm still learning. So,
Phonics, I'm old school.
Zaria Sam's 9112. Hey y'all, feeling good and sexy? Yes. Kiana Moore says, you say dog all the time, man. And then people are laughing. Jabby relax about it, says Masochist Maiden. I like that name. I like her, and I like her icon. And then we see some laughing emojis. Then Can Kiger? Nah, dog. Kiana Moore says, we see you when you tense up about it. Yeah, I guess it's obvious, isn't it? And then let's see. Okay, Masochist Maiden. I love her icon. It looks cool. It looks like a headshot. So I need to go harder in on CinePals comments because y'all stressing this man out over some small stuff. Ari to Spiffy says, our vernacular is catchy. You're bound to catch it and throw it a little bit. Achara, my favorite one to make fun of Achara with is because I started saying out of pocket around her.
Does she know what that means?
And so, no, she didn't initially. But then she started saying out of the pocket.
Oh, yeah. No. I'm going to need a refund on my phrase now.
Eventually it goes, I keep making it worse and worse and worse than outside of the pocket.
Are you playing pool?
Yeah. And any, I'm sorry, I'm going to mess up here. Mason is the last part of that. She says, love you both. KN Kiger says, interview with the vampire, hint, hint. You're the one you also told me interview
the vampire is Blaze. Fire.
TKN 5199 says Doctor Who brought me to Syntell.
Yeah. Hey.
Delta Deviax. I find that I like when people are reacting to things that I'm not used to them reacting to. I love seeing men react to rom-coms in Bridgerton and things like that.
Pattern interruption. Yeah.
And let me move forward. Fortis Mason says, I just saw Jabby watch Queen Charlotte, and I loved his reaction for the last episode.
Oh, you liked Queen Charlotte, huh? Queen Charlotte's amazing. It's my favorite.
That's the best season of all. Yeah, it's the best one of all.
Easily.
And then Delta says, I loved him, and I think she means Jabby. Jabby's response to Queen Charlotte.
Did you cry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kunaf with Thor sent another super chat. He says, African American vernaculars become so mainstream. Phrases like my bad and nah, I'm good are used all the time. Delta Deviax says, Jabby, also, I now watch shows seeing some of the things that you guys talked about from a directing and editing perspective. I watch TV differently. And then he says, I'm voice texting. Sorry, so it got messed up. And then HT Teddy Lover says, thanks, Achara.
Teddy.
And then Clay Briggs with 1942 says, do you know the Skeeter character Jabby always mentions? I feel like he's made up, but I don't know.
Oh, no, Skeeter's the real deal.
he's my big brother, and we did a video together for the channel. Yeah. He actually worked with Jennifer Lewis
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine them two being in the same space together.
I was like, what? You never told me that? He's like, you didn't ask. I'm like, how am I supposed to ask that? How am I supposed to know?
Two high energy people. Oh my gosh, that'd have been great.
Keanu Moore says, y'all are the main reason I'm writing screenplays now. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Would love for you to read my first few pages if you don't mind. It's the story I want to see. Great. Awesome. Yeah. Right.
I want to make sure we gave Kunal Fathar your moment in sun. Thank you so much for the generous.
Kunal Fathar's been the dude for I think he's the one that came up with, I might be wrong, but he came up with one of my favorite things is Indian English. Indian English is a very efficient form of English that is not spoken in America.
Okay.
Okay, for instance, okay, you say sometimes when we're talking, you say bet.
Yeah.
There's an Indian version of that, and that's done, but it's something everybody says.
Okay.
Yeah, like you asking someone to do something, done.
Yeah.
It's very efficient, and I love it. And so I misinterpreted something once because I think Kunal Fathar was like, "Can you that?" And I thought that was hilarious. And he said, "Can you do that?"
Oh,
and he's like, "Can you that?" And I thought he meant that because there's all kinds of interesting Indian English that shows up if you're engaging with Indian content. Okay. I was watching a YouTube short, and this guy was like, "Don't racist, bro. Don't racist." And I was like, "That's hilarious."
Is that don't be racist?
Don't be racist. But like, it's sometimes Indian English is so efficient, they just leave out those. I guess articles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I got the point though. I got what you're saying. Don't racist, bro.
Let's see. All right. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you, Kunal Fathar. Sorry.
Kunal Fathar.
Yeah, the Kunal Fathar. I can't see. My screen is way over there. I'm normally sitting here and I don't have my glasses on. So I gotta lean on you, Jabby, in order to get some of this done.
It's all good.
It's kind of setting in. Let's see. Oh shoot, like we're already like an hour and 22 in. We got like at least another 20, 30 more minutes before we.
So I'm here for you, man.
Yeah, man.
You tell me.
I just want to make sure everybody gets some of their questions answered. If you did have anything regarding a content creation, we're not going to jump into the weeds regarding individual shows just yet. But if you're curious, like how does this thing happen? How does it come together? How?
What do you mean?
I'm saying like regarding how do we put the product in front of you if you had any questions or even if you were interested in becoming a content creator yourself. This is a great opportunity for you to ask somebody that is truly a professional in this space and somebody that's on the growing trend. I'm still pointing out all of the holes in the road for me and being like, there's a hole right there you're about to fall into. There's some changes that need to be done right here. And I do appreciate it because you definitely pull my coattails and be like, yeah, you could tighten up this over here. And the reason why you keep bumping your head against the same wall because all you need to do this, you've been like a real big brother when it comes to that. So if you want the advice that I get, now's a great opportunity for you to kind of speak on it.
I just saw a comment over there. Syntell needs to teach Jabby. What is that? Pig Latin?
Pig Latin.
Yeah. Ex-nay on the upid stay is Pig Latin, right? So,
yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, you switch the last letter and the first letter. Yeah, we used to do it in high school.
Yeah. No, I knew a dude who I looked up to in high school who was without a doubt like a sexy dude. And like he knew how to talk to women. And I'm like, I remember one day I saw him talking to this girl that I had the biggest crush on okay, here's the story.
Okay, so, let me go on and get my.
So I had this art class. I was in 9th grade, and I didn't know how to talk to girls. There's an argument to be made. I still don't know how to talk to girls, but I'm in this art class, and across the way is I forget if it was painting or wood shop or some shit, but like there was a class across the way that was not my art class, and there was this girl who would walk in late every day, and I would hang out and wait to see her come. And then walk into the classroom. I never said hi to her, right? And I was like, how do I get this girl to talk to me? How do I spend time with her? And so I wrote this letter. I was like, can you be in my short film? Because I'm like, if I could get her in my short film, then there's substantial time to hang out.
It's all about space and opportunity.
And talk, right?
Yes.
And so I wrote this letter, but then I told myself, you know what? I shouldn't give her the letter. I should talk to her. But I had it as a backup in my pocket. And so
she's DEFCON 3 letter.
Yeah. Like, So she's coming down the hall. I see her coming. I see her coming. I see her walking towards me. And I walk up. Here you go. And I bounced. I just like, my heart was in my throat. And so then I saw her the next day and she's like, I'm not interested, but thank you. And that was it. And we never spoke again.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Right? Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this guy's name, what was his name? I'm going to call him Jasper. That's not his name. That was another kid in high school, but I'm going to call him Jasper. He was half Thai, half Hispanic. And he could speak Spanish Pig Latin. He could speak English Pig Latin. He could dance. He was already an actor. It was back then, and being an actor and having your SAG card, that was a big deal. Yeah. But anyway, I remember walking in high school and I saw him. I think her name was Sophia. I saw Sophia and Jasper talking. Ooh. And I was like, what's going on? And I was like, how do you know Sophia? And I was like aggressive, but with excitement. And he's like, yo, chill out, man. He's like, we salsa together. Yeah. And I was like,
that's the hustle. That's the move.
Yeah.
But she was gone.
But no. So he said you should come salsa and you could dance with her. I was like, I ain't doing that. That's crazy.
What? You said
I was too nervous to do that.
To crush rocking?
Yeah.
The fumble on the goal line.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, I got so many.
The layup.
I got so many. I have libraries of.
Oh my gosh.
So I have so many of those stories of just like I had an opportunity, I didn't take it. But it honestly, like looking back, I don't know if I really had a chance. Okay. Because first off, she was 11th grade. I'm 9th grade. And second, she's Korean, and she had told Jasper that she either wanted to date a Korean dude or a white dude that looked like a James Bond. I didn't look like either. I didn't look like either.
Where does that?
You know, I didn't even have like a wardrobe style. I'm wearing like baggy Bruce Lee shirts, like with khaki pants. Like I had no style in high school, and it's arguing to me, and I still don't have a style now. But I think I'm better off than I was in high school.
Did you ever learn how to dance?
I took ballet lessons. That was the closest I got to it. Apparently, there was one instance where I was really drunk on my birthday at my favorite bar, which has since been converted into a Mexican tequila bar. But that's not the point. So I was so drunk. There was a Scottish woman there, and she wanted to dance, and I was like, "Let's dance." And this woman's like twice my age. I didn't give a shit. I was drunk. Let's dance. Okay. And I started salsaing, and I've never taken a salsa class in my life. And Achara was recording the whole thing. And apparently I was doing a pretty good job.
She's got the footage?
Hold on. So I was accessing a whole other level of myself that I don't even know where that dude came from. The salsa guy. Yeah. And so what happened was she was going to post the footage online, but she dropped her phone. It cracked. And then she went to Apple to have it fixed, and they deleted her phone.
It's just in the ether now?
It's gone forever. And I was like, thank goodness.
Oh, because I'd have memed you. I would have sold you up the creek for that footage.
Oh, Kay and Kiger asked a great question. How do you forget there's a camera when you're doing a reaction so you can be relaxed? There's two ways to go about it. So when I first started doing videos, I mentioned this just the other day, the way I relaxed around the camera is I pretended the camera was Syntell. That's the truth. Like I would just pretend it's Syntell all the time.
Does he see calm when he's talking? Does it?
And so like that was my move. Okay. And it's one of those things where if you're like me and you're worried about technical stuff, you kind of don't forget about it. You just learn to be comfortable with it. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. Because you're not supposed to forget about it, really, because you need to make sure it's recording. Yeah. But like you just learn how to play with it. Like you learn how to have fun and be yourself around it. And so
well, it to be truthful, because you spent time as an actor, and there's one thing you know as an actor or a fellow thespian, you always know where the camera is.
That's true.
Yeah. That's so true. But for those that don't, I've never or very shy in front of the camera, my advice is to just practice in front of a mirror.
Yeah, because the camera's not moving, I'm comfortable with it. It's when things are moving that I get bothered. Yeah. It could be something as stupid as a Dyson fan on the oscillation mode. Yeah, that'll bug me, and I'll have to stop it. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be visible on camera, but the other day, Achara and I were doing a reaction, and the one thing that we have been getting in the house that's been bothering me is crickets. Not the noise. They just show up.
Oh, is it the big like cave crickets that are fat and juicy, or the cute little black crickets?
Both. And so what happened was we're in the middle of shooting, and I see a cricket pop up on the curtain, and I'm like, fuck me. Okay, how do I do this? I'll try to ignore it. I'll try to ignore it. I'll try to ignore it. And eventually I just stop recording and I'm like, okay, we just got to get rid of this cricket because it's giving me the heebie-jeebies now. And I'm afraid it's going to jump on my face.
Don't do bugs.
So, wait, there was some.
There's a super chat up there.
Oh, there. Okay. That we answered that. It was Nayfuss581. And I answered the question. He says, do you, oh, no, I didn't answer that. Do you two do your own video editing? If not, how do you go about finding a video editor?
Here's this is what I'm going to start with. Before you even try to get a video editor, you need to edit your stuff a few times. You need to, because then you'll get a better idea of what works for you, your angles. If you're talking too much, some of the nervous tics that you have, you need to watch yourself in your edit. If you're talking too long, there's so many lessons that you can learn about how to present yourself in the edit. If your lighting's right, if the coloring, everything from your gear that you're wearing, and then also the process of telling a story through an edit. You should do all of that multiple times before you even remotely hire an editor, because then you'll also get a better appreciation of what work is going to be done, what needs to be done. There we go. I promise I can talk. You have a better appreciation of what work needs to be done when you're asking somebody to help you make that cut. You won't have unrealistic expectations, and you can get a better understanding of why the price is what the price is.
I just remember something. This is completely unrelated to the question. I'll try to come back to that real quick. But like the girl Sophia in high school, or so Jasper actually tried to introduce me to her directly. Yeah, he tried to introduce me to her. I just remembered he tried to introduce me to her, and this is what made my day, but also kind of made me sad.
Okay, what happened?
So he tried to introduce me to talk to her, and it was our first introduction, right?
Yeah.
I thought she completely forgot who I was, because like this was ages ago when we talked, and he's about to introduce me. But she gives him a look like, yo, this is not a good time, because this white dude that she was into and wasn't sure if she was going to date or not was right there. And she was trying to tell him with her eyes, like, don't do this right now.
Okay.
I, being stupid at that moment, didn't see it. I just saw a beautiful woman. I want to talk to her. So I tried to go talk to her, and Jasper had to like go like that to me.
I had to really hold you back.
He's like, this is why you don't have a girlfriend. You need to read the body language.
Read the room.
I'm thankful for him, because he taught me a lot in that moment. He taught me so many things that I didn't even realize were lessons.
Jasper, where are you? We need you to have a live stream.
It's not even his name.
So we can go back.
But to answer, do you do your own video editing? So it started out with me like, okay.
And y'all thought my ADHD was bad. Y'all really know mine.
No, the whole thing is spinning plates. You got to keep it all going, right? And so Nayfuss581. So at the beginning, Achara and I would do all the video edit. In the beginning, it was just me. And then Achara came on board, and she was sharing the burden of editing with me. And in 2020, we hired an editor out of India, who then he started training other people, and that became the company known as Praper. And so we have a substantial team over there at Praper that does our first pass editing. And then we have our in-house editors that do the second pass, including my sister, who manages all the in-house people. And so, but in the beginning, it was predominantly me. Like, people were asking, like, how do you get to 100,000 subscribers so fast? How did you find this crazy success so quickly? And I was like, oh, it's super easy. You don't have a social life. just shoot and edit.
This is what I do. Editing will humble you.
Yeah.
Super quick. I'm a terrible editor. I can edit. I can cut. But it's awful.
Delta Device says Jabby stories. Then Meme Loves Peace says, when Jabby did Holiday Heart, I was so moved. And then Ari2 Spiffy says, now Foss, that's a great question. We answered it. And then Rev Roger says, Drunk Salsa Jabby is the biggest loss to society. Nasfast581 says, hi, Ari, thank you. Hi, Teddy Lover. That's so sweet, Jabby. And then Krish, no need to research things Jabby can access when drunk.
That could be a whole video into itself.
KN Kiger, laughing. Was not expecting this crossover from Keem Jones 7457. And then here we go. Kunaf Batur with a super chat. Are y'all looking forward to Scary Movie 6? The Wayans brothers are coming back for that.
I want to be excited, but here's my thing. The time the original one came out, we're in a very different age, and the things that made the originals funny then, I don't know how that plays today. I'm hoping, and I'm not doubting. Was it Marlon? Yeah, Marlon, who's putting it together, because he's a very funny, wildly talented comedian. His last couple of specials are absolutely hilarious. But the thing that made Scary Movie magical was it being wildly inappropriate. And I don't know if you can still do that without people being offended. I'm hoping for it.
Did you know Skeeter was on Wayne's Brothers?
Yeah, I did know that.
So yeah, I'm not a Scary Movie person.
No.
I enjoyed the crap out, even though I didn't get all the references at the time. Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah, white chicks.
I saw White Chicks. I enjoyed White Chicks.
White Chicks is good.
Wildly
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Don't Be a Menace. Wildly inappropriate.
Yeah, there was another one.
So good though. So good. Classic comedy.
I thought that there was another one that I saw, but anyway, Scary Movie is just not my bag.
What, you just don't like scary movies?
The movie Scary Movie is just not my bag.
So you have seen it?
I've seen it a long time ago and I didn't enjoy it. And I tried. I think I tried watching the second one. I'm like, yeah, I didn't. There's like a joke I enjoyed. It was when Marlon Wayans was with this girl in the back room, like they were doing it. She was like a monster chick with a bag over her head.
Yeah,
and she tried to take
from the Exorcist girl.
And she tried to take the thing off. He's like, no, keep it down, keep it
Yeah.
That was the only joke I enjoyed.
Oh shoot! And even the one when old girl is in the bed and the ghost and the ghost is knocking her down, and you can see like the ghost D in her mouth, and he's knocking her down all up and down the wall. Like that joke, it's hilarious. Doesn't fly today.
I haven't seen it in so long.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of Dick and Fry jokes, man. Yeah. And so the world is so different. I don't know. I'm gonna go see it. I hope he says F the world and goes back to that old school type of funny. I hope he does that. I hope he doesn't let society change what he thinks is funny and then just puts it out there.
I had no comment.
But I don't know.
I know. Yeah. So Stephanie Williams 6776 says, I definitely agree with this. I always found video editing fun, but maybe I was meant to be an editor. And
it's not for everyone.
and then Nayfoss 581 says, I want to get into editing. Delta Device says, I'm editing now. It's work. Rev Rogers, what editing program did you start with or would suggest for a newbie? I would say that if you're brand new to editing, I think Final Cut Pro is probably the way to go, because it's designed with beginners in mind, but it also you can become quite advanced in it as well and do advanced things. But as a beginner with editing, I think it's actually simpler. With Adobe Premiere, it's one of those things where it's almost like the difference between a Mac and a PC. And funny enough, like Premiere was predominantly on PC at one point, and Final Cut Pro is just for Mac. Right. And so, like with Mac, everything kind of just works, and it's a little bit automated for you. People love PCs because you can customize everything, and Adobe Premiere is similar in that you can like really fine tune the edit. But if you're starting out just now and you want to like start with an excellent program, I would say learn DaVinci.
I would say I recommend DaVinci because it's free, and the free program is very powerful for what you get. Like it's extremely powerful to be free, and if you find yourself being even better at it, then it's worth the jump to pay the additional amount. Somebody put that on there real quick because I think that's 100% correct.
TED TV series is politically
the TED TV series is not politically correct, and that is a fact, and it is wildly successful. So that's very true.
Oh, I watched Little Man. That's the other one I had watched. Thank you, Keanu.
Yeah, Little Man was the only one that I thought was just okay. Most of the
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
But Rev Rogers says Jasper is the ultimate wingman, better than Goose.
I'm gonna make a shirt and says "Bring Jasper back."
Ken Kiger says ADHD in the house.
Yes, sir.
The New Experience Network says, with the algorithm pushing similar stuff randomly, is there a reaction group chat where you all decide to post the same reaction of an older movie? Example, 4 or 5 of my favorite reactors posted The Parent Trap. I think it's just a zeitgeist thing more than anything. Or sometimes what happens is one person does it and then another person goes, oh shoot, like I want to do that. Yeah. And then they do it. But if it's at the exact same time, it's probably just a zeitgeist thing, which happens
on the same wavelength at the same time.
Yeah, that's happened a lot throughout history. Yeah. 2 people have the same idea at the exact same time, but one person gets to the patent first. Yeah. But and the other person, that's all it is. It's just zeitgeist. There's no conspiracy theory.
It just happens that way.
Yeah. So
I use Camtasia.
I don't know what that is.
That's a editing software.
Any chance of seeing more horror movies between your 2 channels? More. I do. We have a horror movie every Friday, or at least something that sort of belongs in that camp, in that arena. Yeah. If you go to CinePals on Fridays, usually a horror movie or horror-esque film will.
We do some horror sometimes, but one of my main co-reactors for Koay is not a fan of horror under any circumstance. So oftentimes we're kind of left on an island to kind of knock some of that down, but we will be entertaining it more. You know what? I want to do a shameless plug too, real quick. For those of you all, I know we were over here talking about editing. Rakai is actually looking for an editor, but be clear, it's going to be experience only. If you just want to actually jump in and kind of get your feet wet, Rakai is looking for somebody to actually grow with, and it could be an opportunity for you to really jump in with 2 feet and see what this whole thing is about. You can reach him on Crimson Commentary. I think that's the name of his YouTube channel. And just hit him up. He's looking. So there's that.
For those of you guys who are saying you're editing, please email jabbybusiness@gmail.com so we can at least have a dialogue about it, because we do need more editors actually, but also Rakai needs an editor. But also I can put them in touch with you, because if I'm talking to them,
hey man, we flowing.
Yeah, so I can say, hey, Rakai, talk to this person. So yeah, jabbybusiness@gmail.com.
Crimson Commentary. There we go.
What is that?
Peace. Thank you so much.
Go for it. So, there's a couple of, I think I saw some questions either in yours or in the chat that I was going to try to answer.
We have a whole list of questions that we was going to knock down, but the flow was going so good. I think I looked over at the questions and maybe like only a couple of times. Hey, Frank, OG Frank's in the building. Hey, what's going on with you, Frank? In case you didn't know, Frank does reactions to the channel as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he does. We got From coming right around the corner. But I said we're not going to plug too many shows on this because this is more about content creation. But good looking out, Frank.
Frank, thank you.
Good looking out. Let's see.
So it's all I was going to say was, if you're doing reaction content yourself, what people appreciate is just seeing consistency of people. Yeah. Like the channel Media Nights is doing exceptionally well.
They make good content too.
Because but it's always the same 2 people, and so the reason why I don't do that is because I'm trying to make sure everyone is able to keep going, and I don't want anyone to get burnt out.
Yeah.
So I deliberately have it spread out. You know, I don't put myself in every video because I don't want to be in every video because I don't want to get burnt out. Most people after 10 years are burnt out.
I'd imagine so, because I've only a fraction into the game, and I've had some tired days. Yeah, like some really, like, it just weighs on you. If you can love something and still be tired, I love pizza, and I do. But can I eat it every single day without having one day when you're like, ooh, maybe salad might be a little bit better? That's how it can be. You love it, but even you're gonna have a day where you're just like, ooh, okay. Yeah.
Tampere, aren't they a couple? Yes, I believe they're married. And then Kiana Moore says, have you met Syntell Lathan yet? No, I have not.
Yeah, she's something.
I love her. I think she's amazing.
You gotta stand in line, homie, on that one.
No, I just mean, like, she's just a phenomenal actress. You know.
How would you start at 0 today? We talked about that a little bit earlier. Do you have like a quick recap? Super quick. Give me a 30-second breakdown of where would you start, or you can just always go back to the beginning of the video. We have a good 20-minute conversation just on getting started.
First and foremost, actually start, because stop thinking about starting and just start. Stop trying to hit me. Morpheus, just stop thinking about doing it and do it. That's number one. Number two is, if you have a phone, you can do it now. You don't need to wait. And if you want to invest in a computer to edit instead of editing on your phone, get the MacBook Neo, is what we collectively sort of decided.
Yeah, you got about 10 more seconds. You're doing pretty good.
And then get what's it called, DaVinci, for editing, if you're not going to use iMovie.
Dang, 35 seconds. That's pretty good.
So there you go.
Okay.
Do it now is the main thing. That's the biggest thing, is do it now.
If you can do it once, I think if you can get started, and then you can somehow, some way find some consistency, and I think you're kind of like really off to the races.
Well, there's this thing that happens a lot, where you have people who know too much for their own good, and they think and think and think and think, and they want it to be perfect. Yeah, they want it to be perfect. Yeah, they want it to be perfect. They want the start to be perfect. It's got to be perfect, and they end up not doing much. Yeah. Meanwhile, the idiot is like, I could do it. I got all the confidence in the world, and then just does it and does it and does it, and then on the job gets better and better and gets famous. Yeah, and ends up like getting to a place well beyond the perfectionist, both mentally and like in terms of financially.
Yeah.
So
that, I think that's a big one. Because a lot of people say they're going to do it, but then it's like it has to be this perfect, beautiful thing. I've learned and I've absolutely accepted the fact that I will do something 3/4 done just so I can get it into the space and then correct it once it's done. Let me get it done, learn from it, and then it's easier to change that extra 25% when you redo it than to sit there and worry about it being perfect. I know Frank, who's just on here, I probably definitely piss him off more times than not because I'm just like, I just need to get it done. Because if not, if I sit on it too long, it'll sit there and it just won't get. I've got a queue full of videos right now that I was like, okay, well, let me just wait until this perfect time or this moment or wait for this person's availability or for this. And then it just sits. And then the time, then it rots on the vine. Just go. Just put it out. It's better half done. What is it? Well done is better than well said. So,
oh, dang it. You almost had it, and I lost it.
And then what it is? Yeah, something like that. Just do it. Just do it. It doesn't have to be pretty.
Achara had it.
You could throw lipstick on that pig later. Just put it out. I don't care how ugly it is. Just put it out, and you can always correct it later.
I was trying to make it analogous to like having a child. It's like, when do you start being a good parent? Once your child is born, when do you start being a good parent? Do you wait till you figure out the skills?
Nah, you figure it out on the way.
Exactly. You just start doing it right now, right? And so I think life is kind of like that. Life is you are the child in your life, and you got to just start parenting yourself right now. Now is the time to do the thing and feed yourself with those experiences.
You do it.
I don't know if that was a good analogy or not, but anyway, you got a super chat.
Boom. This one came from Meek said, hey, love your channels. What are your favorite video game series of all time? Ooh. Also, will you react to horror movies in the future? My favorite video game series. Let me think.
Tetris. Just kidding. Sim City.
Gosh, I'll drop kick you.
Tekken.
I think did y'all know that black people are predisposed to know how to play Tekken? I think my favorite probably it's got to be probably one of yours. It's probably Zelda. I love the old school originals. Yeah, probably up to Mask of Majora, and then after that, it kind of starts to get a little foggy.
Majora's Mask, yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
Zelda is definitely up there. Yeah. Mario's up there. Mario Kart is up there. But for me, my favorite video and Metal Gear is up there.
Metal Gear is so good.
But my favorite game of all time is Infamous 2, which I know is not yours. But you do you like Ghost of Tsushima, which is the same company.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. Oh my god, it's so good.
But
and I cried at the end of the first one. Oh, I was on the sticks like the X square combos are working.
I love the Infamous series, like Infamous 1 and Infamous 2 for PlayStation 3. Yeah, two of my favorite games of all time. And Infamous Second Son for PlayStation 4 was okay, but I still was happy to be back in that sort of vibe. Yeah, either way.
So. My favorite game to play with friends is Grand Theft Auto. It's just something about guns and hijinks with your friends. Are you hopping on 6?
Well, at some point I will, but I never do anything substantial in the game. It's like I get in there and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do the story. I'm gonna do it this time, and then I end up like robbing somebody and beating someone in the street, and then I just steal cars and then I put it down.
See, you gotta play with friends, man. You gotta go online and play with friends, man.
Yeah,
that's the best part.
And Stephanie Williams says this is true. People with less know-how and talent just do what needs to be done.
Big facts.
Yeah,
I know a whole bunch of wildly talented people that do nothing with it. I know way more talented people that do nothing with it than people that get the thing done and have half that talent. You know, it's such a smaller amount of people that actually do the thing, and most times they're not experts at it. They just have the balls to do it. Yeah. And the consistency to keep it going. Meanwhile, those people that are like wildly, and I mean like crazy talented people, they just sit on their hands and it's not the time, it's not the shot, I'm not ready. What about this? And they just sit and it rots on the vine. Yeah. And it's sad because you can see the potential. I remember you sat down and had a conversation with me one time, man. It was a bit of a wake up moment, man. And I was trying to figure it out. And this is before I started the channel, and you sat there and just told me, he was like, dude, what are you doing? Why don't you just do a channel? He was like, me and Skeet was just having a conversation. He was like, what the hell is Syntell waiting for so long? I was hemming and hawing, and what about this? What about this timing? And you put my feet to the fire, and he was like, "Yo, just hop on the channel, just try this thing, just see what's going on." And you know, like a baby bud that fell out of a tree, he was like, "Just eat the damn worm." And then you were a great support system, huge support system, Michael Clare. You also, it does help when you have a very good support system around you, people that can see what you're capable of and want to push you. That goes such a long way. And I'm a huge fan and supporter and love Michael Clare for being able to be like, get your ass in gear and get this thing going.
So there's this thing that comes up a lot with writing where people want their thing to be perfect.
Yeah.
And so they sort of get afraid and get in their own way with writing. I think this is applicable to everything. Okay. They get in their own way when it comes to writing, that they don't start because they want it to be perfect. Yeah. Or they'll start but they keep refining because they want it to be perfect. Yeah. And they're so worried about it being dog shit. And I'm like, I always tell people, don't worry about it being dog shit. It will be dog shit. The first several will all be dog shit. They're supposed to be. The likelihood of you having something amazing out the gate is so unlikely. Yeah, it's slim to none. You get to the good stuff by putting in your 10,000 hours. Just put in the time. It will get better over time. You don't need to sweat about being good now. Good is later. Yeah. Just do it now. Do it. That's all you got to worry about.
Just put it out. It'll be pretty later.
Yeah. The other thing that people kind of get worried about is paying for help. Like whether it's a producer, an editor, or whatever. People are like, "Oh, I'm not making money off the channel yet. Why should I pay someone?" It's like, well, the thing is, you want to invest in yourself, and so obviously don't burn a hole in your pocket and put yourself like, well, you can't eat or pay your rent.
Right.
But like it is good to pay people if you can, to help you out, even if you're not making money yet, because you're investing in the money you will be making down the line. If you believe in yourself, just like you'll go and get an education in an occupation that you don't know if you're going to make money off of that education, but you're doing it anyway. You're paying for the classes and whatnot on the hopes that you will get that job. Right. It's the same thing. Yeah. You're paying someone to help you out right now to get you there quicker. Yeah. Whether it's a CPA or whatever,
Well, I mean, what you're paying for is speed. And you're paying for speed and time, because you free yourself up and able to do other things, and then you can get whatever that thing is done a lot faster. Was there ever a moment as a content creator where you had like a big jump, and what caused the big jump?
What do you mean by jump?
Like for instance, for me, I was doing decent, and then to talk about you, to go off what you were talking about, go ahead and pay for an editor. I had that conversation with you, and I was like, I think I need to get an editor. And then the minute I got the editor, that was like my first kind of like, it wasn't like a monumental jump. Let me be clear. It wasn't like, it went from this to like 10,000 plus views it wasn't like that, but it was a big enough jump that it doubled what I was already kind of doing. It's like, oh, well, that really did make a difference. So me getting my first editor was like my first kind of like noticeable jump as a content creator. Was there anything that happened to you? Was it like a thumbnail aha moment, or was it a particular piece of content? Like, what was like the first thing that made the little ticker kind of go like,
I don't know if I ever noticed anything like that. It's only been related to content where I was like, oh, that's clicking. Yeah. Let me give that more energy and see what happens.
Okay.
Whether it was Indian content, Black content, Mortal Kombat, DC and Marvel stuff, it's just like sort of noticing stuff and going, oh, I actually enjoyed that, and people seem to enjoy me enjoying it. So let's see what happens. That's the only thing I've ever noticed is in that regard. But the things I've noticed is the transitions in myself, because in the beginning, when people said they liked the Chara more than me,
you felt some kind of way?
That hurt. I'm like, y'all don't even know what's going on behind the scenes.
I mean, she's prettier than you, man.
Yeah.
Like, she's smarter than you.
Yeah. So like, it would hurt.
More fun to be around than you.
Actually, it was.
Matter of fact, Char, why don't you come over here and come hang out? And your time is done.
It was actually funny enough. Before Char was you. Because you did a reaction to a trailer called Boggy, Baaghi.
I do remember that.
And we shot it over at the place I used to work at.
Yep.
And I was like really excited about you seeing it. And then people saw your reaction. and I saw comments saying Syntell is better than Jabby Koay. And at the time, that hurt my ego. I'm like, y'all wouldn't even know who he is if it wasn't for me. I put him here. But like I've come completely to the other side where I get excited when people like other people more than me. I'm like, good. I'm glad you like them more than me, because like that means that they are popular on the channel, and I can take a breather. Yeah, you know, I like when people like Michael or Chara more than me. I'm like, cool. I mean, I like them too. Sometimes I like them more than myself, so it's fine.
You remember that time when I hit you up and I was like, it happened?
Oh yeah.
Rakai had hit like his full steam. He had a video and he was just killing. Because Rakai, when he gets like a full lather in his conversation and when he's talking and he's like in his moment, he's preaching a sermon and he's rolling and it's solid. You just gotta sit back and just kind of watch him do his thing. And he had one of those moments, and I looked in the comments and it was just like, yeah, Rakai, you need to go on and do like your own solo thing. You need to go on and check this dude. Rakai this, Rakai that. I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, mama dude's getting it. Yeah, that's good. You got enough.
It's too much.
Hey. And I called you up and I was like,
you gotta celebrate that, dude.
Man.
You gotta celebrate it.
Oh my God. I was like, I'm about to get replacement with my dude. But what you said, there is that moment, it's that shock moment. It was like, well, I'll be damned. But then you when you see your people shine, it's just like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It makes your heart want to kind of like burst. But initially, when it first hit, it's like, damn, I remember when y'all used to actually show up for me. No, but that's a good thing. That's growth.
Yeah.
That's growth. That's a growth.
It's growth for both of you.
Yeah. I think we had another one. Oh, this was for you, Jabby. Did I get that one already?
Chris 1098.
Can you read that one?
Jabby, what is your recruiting process for reactors like Michael or Vivian on your channel? How hard is it to keep them interested? So the way I met Michael was actually through an audition process. I put out an ad on, I think, LA Casting or something.
Okay.
Or Actors Access or both. And he responded to it. And it just so happened he got it. He understood. I hired him and someone else at the same time from that process.
I like Mike.
And the other person that I hired from that, I let go just because like I felt like it wasn't working after a while. Most of the people is just meeting people. Like I met you randomly and we became friends like almost 20 years ago. It was a long time ago. Yeah. And so most of the time it's just random like encounters where I meet someone, I talk to them. I'm like, oh, that person's cool. Why don't you come on the channel and try out and see if you like it? Most of the time it doesn't pan out. It's like, oh, this person's cool talking until the camera's on them.
Until the camera clicks.
Yeah. There was Vivian was actually someone Achara had worked with a long time ago. Yeah. Vivian, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the only one Achara actually brought on. But Brandon I've known for years since I was a kid. I met him through a mutual friend. Like I've known him for like 2 decades. And who else is there? Michael, Brandon, Vivian, Kristen. I met. This is super random. So you know the movie The Room?
Yeah, arguably the best worst movie of all time.
Right. Okay. So the Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero wanted to make another movie to try to like reclaim that sort of energy or whatever that was in the culture. Yeah. So they made a film called Best Friends. And Chara and I got invited to the premiere, and the female star was Kristen. And so we became friends with Kristen off of that movie premiere. She came on the channel and we just clicked. We got along well. And at a certain point, Kristen learned that we were in need of hosts. And she asked like, hey, do you want me to be a host? And we're like, sure. Yeah. And then she became a host.
Dang.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone. There's a brand new person we have named Allie. I met at a bar. And a friend of mine that I was with was flirting with her. Yeah. And I was watching her talk and I'm like, she seems like she'd be a cool person to have on the channel. I brought her on and she's gotten along pretty well with everybody so far. Yeah. She's relatively new. Ashley is someone I met at an event that Greg was holding. I forgot the name of the event, but Ashley and I were talking and I was like, you should come on the channel. You seem pretty cool. She's like, that sounds cool. And then she came on the channel and she was dope. And like, she's become a channel favorite for people. Yeah. So it's just random encounters is the most of the time is like how I've met people.
Have you ever hired off of the channel? Like,
what do you mean?
Put a a shout out and been like, hey, we're looking for somebody to do this, that, and the third. Have you ever advertised through your channel? And then
to
find
hire
somebody.
people
Yeah,
for
I'm
like
just curious.
for hosts or editing?
Yeah, or for anything. I'm just wondering.
Not for
have you
hosts.
ever used your own community?
Not for hosts. Host is always like me meeting people in real life and being like, oh, that person's cool. I'm gonna invite them on. They seem to. I just try to vibe and take it from there and see how it plays. There's lots of people who we tested out off of that audition process.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's interesting because you have to find a balance for this kind of stuff. You have to have a balance of you are open-minded to a wide range of content and you can speak on it and you're fun to be around.
Right.
That's a hard combination to find, surprisingly. Because I'm like, I live in LA. Surely there's lots of people like this.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's actually really difficult to find people that meet that criteria.
Do you think we had an interesting conversation regarding attention span? Do you think it's like a cultural thing with attention span being a little bit shorter for people to be able to do multiple things at one time without losing interest, like pay attention to what's going on, being able to have banter back and forth, to be aware of what's and to have the willingness to try different things?
I'm not sure because like Michael and I both have ADHD. Ali has ADHD.
This is definitely a space, a haven for folks that have short attention spans.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, YouTube. Yeah.
You mean with like shorts?
Just in general, I feel like just the community as a whole, be it the creators and people that watch, will like feel like it's like that blue light that mosquitoes fly to get zapped by YouTube.
But the thing is, you and I put out long form content. That's not short attention span content.
Well, we also grew up in a generation where that's standard. You know, we have a fallback place to kind of like pull from. We can watch long takes and be okay. There's whole generation.
There's definitely an issue out there with short attention spans, and I was talking to you about this earlier of brain rot content hurting people's intellect, like and making them dumber, unfortunately, and making you want to watch more and more short form content rather than long form content. And the data seems to suggest that there's just two different kinds of audiences out there. There's the short form audience, and then there's the long form audience. I do both. I try to do the long form more often, and I try to cater to the long form audience more often. So,
that's a great next question.
Which one? Where are you clicking?
Oh, here's one for you. Hey, Jabby, you still doing the martial arts thing? And will you document a series of it in the future? I remember you used to post a whole bunch of like flip videos and some of your choreography.
So martial arts specifically, I haven't done in a while. But what I still try to keep up is flipping. And so I was actually planning to go back to jam after getting back to LA because I want to keep that up as long as I can. I like at least basics, like back handsprings, back tucks, butterfly twists, gainers, like whatever basics I can hold on to, I'm trying to hold on to. The difference between now and when I was 15 years old is I'm using mats constantly and soft landing constantly. I'm like, just got to keep those knees protected. That's the only thing I do different now because I'm not trying to do anything dumb and like wreck them.
Hey man, you only got so many miles on them knees, dog.
What is this? Mary SBC says, YouTube helped me with body doubling before I knew what it was. It helped me through my entire career in doing tasks at home. What's body doubling?
I don't know.
Like in the movies?
That's what I was assuming, kind of like
Tampier says, I've noticed that most of the actors are in the industry. Do you think that knowledge contributes to better reaction? Yes.
I do. Absolutely.
Yes. I think it does. I think it helps to give a more informed reaction. But two of my favorite hosts on YouTube have no experience in the film industry. With the Weekly Planet, aka Caravan of Garbage. They just love movies and they are very skilled with talking about movies. I think they're amazing and probably the best at doing what they do.
Yeah.
They have no experience, but having experience allows you to talk with more in depth.
And if you don't have experience, don't let that stop you from doing it. Because you are going to offer a very unique perspective from your lens that nobody else is going to be able to do. So,
absolutely.
So still, speak that truth.
It is warm.
Yeah. Gotta get out of here. I know we're already 2 hours in. Let's see. Let's do a 15-minute drill. That's it. 15 and we out. We are literally out of here. And what time is it?
Oh, Meek
like
says, I started my martial arts journey in my mid-20s and I'm 35. Not the best, but I want to eventually get a black belt in TKD. I love that you are pursuing that, even starting at mid-20s. Someone who was very, very instrumental in my martial arts journey and very inspiring to me didn't start until she was 28.
Really?
28 was super late. That's like,
I was about to say, don't you all kind of start when y'all are like 11 years old?
That's like Luke Skywalker late. That's Ray Skywalker late. You know, that's super late. You're supposed to be training as a Jedi when you're a baby.
She has some old ass midichlorians.
That's awesome that you started in your mid-20s and you're still doing it. You're dope. That the fact that you're doing it. There's a spoken word song that came out years ago. I think it was in the 90s. It came out. It's called the Sunscreen Song.
Oh, I remember that. That's a great, it gave great advice.
Yes.
Yeah. That's old. Damn, you old.
And so the main thing that I kept from that, when because I heard it when I was a kid, is it said you're racing with everybody, but in the end, the race is with yourself. And I thought that was so sound. It's like you get so caught up in the competition with other people, but it's really a race with yourself and where you hold yourself. You know, and I thought that was so. Like sometimes you ask me, like, "Hey, are you observing what other people around you are doing?" And like I've reached the point where I'm like, I'm not really paying attention to what the people around me are doing. I'm paying attention to what we're doing and how we measure against ourselves every day, every week. Like the conversations I have with the Chara or my sister, it's like, how are we doing? Yeah, just in comparison to ourselves, and like how can we improve this? Okay, you know. Okay, I don't know if that's helpful to anybody. All right, so. I'm rooting for you, Meek.
That's a great question. How do you guys do what you do and still focus on your mental health?
We don't. not for the first few years. It's when you get 4 years into it, you're like, wait a second, I feel like I'm dying, like mentally. Why am I sad all the time? And then you start to pay attention to your mental health. You know.
Somebody over here actually gave me the definition of body doubling. Body doubling is a productivity strategy when another person's presence, in person or virtually, helps an individual maintain focus, increase motivation, and complete tasks.
Okay. So like accountability.
That. Yeah. It's when you'll be on Zoom and somebody will do their work in their own little space, and you're in that same spot, and they'll listen to music sometimes at the same time, and you'll do your work in the same space, in your space, but you're both working and sharing that same kind of productive energy. Is that what it is? Because I've heard of that before. I wonder if that's.
I think that's cool. I'd rather just go to Starbucks.
There's I want to say there's actually YouTube lives. There's people that do that as a live. And you just sit and get it done, because some people just have this thing where they can't get work done unless there's other people around. So
Starbucks.
That's like where co-working spaces are.
Just go to Starbucks. It's free. Get a coffee. So you got another super chat.
Oh, we got one more. Hey, all right. This one is coming from Canamore. Let me read over here because the screen's closer. Just got confidence to start writing and don't know what I'm doing. Who do you go to with your script drafts? It's not perfect, but it's mine.
The fact that you're doing it at all is you're 90% ahead of the rest. You're ahead of 90% of people.
Easily.
Most people don't start because they're too scared or they think about it too much. You started, you did it. You're already ahead of the game. There's people you can go to. You want to Google search script coverage, and you're going to pay people to give you the feedback that you need, and you got to take it in stride and be open to what they're telling you, because they read lots of scripts, and you've just written the one that you have. So you take it with a grain of salt, and you go from there. That's what you're supposed to do, is get script coverage.
Do they still do script writing groups, screenplay groups?
Yes.
That's still a thing. I remember back in the day, back when I was writing, that was the thing in Atlanta. You get into a nice little group. Everybody go over their pages.
Kira Bird's proud of you for getting that confidence.
Yeah. This is all beautiful stuff. Hang around other creative people. You'd be surprised how much that helps. Somebody that's already in your space, somebody that you could chop it up with, and help get you motivated. It really, really helps.
We're looking for questions.
No, I was telling everybody we are shutting it down on the hour because then it'll be 10 o'clock. Hope we gave you tons of value. I hate saying that. It sounds like such a canned thing. We hope we gave you a whole bunch of value regarding this.
What's been my I can't even see those chats over there.
Well, yeah, because this is my screen over here.
Okay.
This is my data screen. And when I'm normally sitting there, this is my data screen over here. And then this is my reaction screen.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say to you? Oh, one of the things I kind of been hating lately is when people go, hit the subscribe button, it's free. And I'm like, I know it's free. You think I'm stupid? Why are you telling me it's free? I don't want to subscribe to you at all now.
They plan to see.
I tell YouTube not to suggest your shit anymore. Why don't you tell me it's free? You think I'm stupid?
Here's a fun question. What was the first dollar you earned and how did it feel when you were thugging your way through AdSense, man? Because you have to make at least like you have to make your first 100 in a month, right, before you can actually get something deposited. Do you remember how you felt when it finally happened?
I thought it was cool, but it wasn't like, I just remember being like, that's it. We put in all this time and that's all we got. I was like disappointed. I'm like, this is a lot of work. So
you over here looking at all the views and you're doing the math and you're like, carry the one.
Yeah, man. The thing is, for me, I reached a fork in the road between like, I was like done with one casting gig.
Yeah,
that was long term, and I was like, okay, I can go back to pursuing that.
Yeah,
or I can just commit. This Indian audience likes me, and I got 100,000 subscribers. I can just commit to that. Like, I told my brother told me, when you got 100,000, you can move on. I don't even know if I hit 100,000 yet.
Yeah,
but I was like,
you hit it so fast. I don't think I've ever heard of a reactor moving at the
happens.
rate that you had.
Oh, not reactors, but yeah, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of YouTube channels where people hit 100,000 in a couple of months when they're doing like short form stuff or or whatever. I remember the TikTok dance craze and stuff. I saw a whole bunch of channels that was hitting those things super quick with that. But for long form, yeah, you were lightning in a bottle, brother. Listen, it's impressive.
So damn, I haven't seen your faces together in a minute. That's from Nick Hill.
Hey.
And Ari2 Spiffy. You scroll down.
No, my bad.
I've said it 11 times. This was amazing, but this really was. And I'm really thankful for the time. Loved getting to see you all live. This was great. Thanks so much. What's that say? The reaction channels do that for me. What I was saying
right there.
Was, since they mentioned a lot of neurodivergent peeps in the audience.
Oh yeah, like I said, YouTube is a haven. It's that light that we all come to. All neurodivergency is welcome here.
Jarrell Anderson says that was super dope and engaging. Kira Burbs, Mary SBC, shout out to my neurospicy fellow humans.
Yes.
Meek, glad that I came to this live. Needed a reminder to keep going with our goals. Yeah. Thank you all for the live, and everyone do your thing.
Yeah, we're getting closer. I had to like the 5 number. I'm not rushing it, but I do know it's a weeknight up in this household.
Kira Burb says you both keep me company on long nights. Thanks so much.
Oh, that's great.
Is it you? Ariel Graham says Syntell really worked hard to build a beautiful community on the Discord. So great seeing you two together.
Ariel, oh my gosh, Ariel, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that's an OG. Thank you, super grateful. She was there from the very beginning.
Shauna Masso says, is this live stream staying on the channel?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's just too much good information. I wish I had seen a little bit more candid conversation about channel building, especially in this particular space, because we due to the communities that have been getting built, we do get questions that get asked, like how do you get started? What tools do you use? How long did it take? And stuff like that. So when I asked Jabby, I was like, would you be cool with doing this? He was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, fine.
Savage says, I wasn't expecting this live, but I had fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad y'all had fun. Wait, what? Great to chat minus a reaction video. Haha. Well, you're gonna get more podcasts from me pretty soon. I
am looking forward to hearing you get that going, man. Watching, listening, and subscribing to that, man.
Oh, up with Doris, Syntell, and Jabby. Can you that? Thank you, man. That takes me back.
Let's see.
There's been like interesting stages with like the YouTube stuff for me. Like You know, we had the Indian stuff, and that popped off really hard in 2016. And then when pandemic hit, I was like, what do we do? And then I told Achara, I'm like, we just got to like pump it on live streams. That's people right now are in need of friends, and it allows us to connect with people. So we're not feeling alone, and and so we just did a ton of live streams, and that took the channel to a whole new level. And then anyway, just now I'm just like reminiscing about shit. So the Can You That took me back in time.
Somebody asked when your podcast is starting up.
I don't have an exact date, but just stay tuned on CinePals. I'll announce it there. I think that, do I have the channel already? Is it CinePods? Let me double check. I think it's CinePods. If you want to subscribe now, it is. We're doing something here. Just when I need it to work is when it slows down. Yeah, I think it's CinePods is the channel that I grabbed. So if you want to subscribe to CinePods, there's literally nothing there right now. But if you want to subscribe to that channel for when my podcasts finally go up, please do me a solid and subscribe there. That would mean a lot. So CinePods is where we're going to do the long form conversation type like this, but with different people. There's going to be different subjects that we tackle. So it's a lot of stuff I'm excited about.
What are you excited for in 2026 regarding let's just start with the channel. Are you excited about anything in the upcoming year, this summer?
For my channel?
Yeah. Oh no, you know what? Just say just in general. What are you excited for coming up this year?
Dune 3. I'm stoked about Dune 3. There's another
that trailer was crazy.
Yeah, that and Spider-Man.
Were they doing like the haka in that joint?
It sounded like it, didn't it?
Yeah.
It sounded like it. I mentioned that in the trailer, in the trailer reaction. But it's the tech gremlins, Jabby, be strong. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. Tech channel. I was actually thinking about doing a tech channel at one point. I still think about it because like I have so much gear. I have gear acquisition syndrome.
Well, anytime I have a question, I always come to you, and then you can't just ask Jabby for like a question. I'll be like, "Hey man, I was thinking about this camera, right?" He sends me like these long, gigantic ass paragraphs breaking down the pros, the cons, what he personally thinks, the people that he's used it. Then he'll send like another 3 to 4 more pages of all the links of how you can get it done. I'd be like, damn, I just wanted to know if this was a good.
I asked you, how are you?
I'd be like, damn. Before there was ChatGPT, there was Jabby. When it came to tech stuff, man, like
okay. So there's this moment in Money Talks where Chris Tucker he goes to his buddy and he needs like a gun or something. And his buddy with the raspy voice is like, what kind of gun do you need? We got this kind of gun. And he's got like this bazooka and he's got this other machine gun thing. And then there's like this other like giant gun, like a mini gun. And Chris Tucker's like, this little 45 right here will do. And I'm like, that right there is my life. I was like, I'm always offering people like all the cool shit. They're like, I just this is all I'm needing. It's like, how are you gonna make it work with that?
I felt so proud about this little camera that I was about to get because my old one was on its last leg, and I was so proud. I did all my research, this, that, and the third. I was like, this is what I'm gonna get. It's like, it's all right, but did you see about this, and third, blah blah blah. This is what I get. I was like, but what about the little camera that I picked? He was like, rubbish. But I already bought it.
They say when Steven Spielberg walks into a room, he immediately, even if he's not on a movie set, when he walks into a room, he goes, I'd put the camera right there. And that's just his natural instinct. When I walk into a YouTuber's room, I go, I'd move this, I'd move that, I did just this. Immediately I walked into Syntell's space, I'm like, I'd move the camera off of that, put this lens on it.
You remember the first time he came in and saw my little studio that I had built together, I was so proud of me and Michael Claire, worked hard, cleared it around. Soon as him and Achara get into the room, they're like, we need to move this table up. Just go on and push that monitor over there. We don't need that light. Is it all right if we break all this stuff down? Thank you, brother.
It may look good though.
I mean, the shot did look good.
Yeah.
But all that thought just threw all that out. Barely even asked permission.
Oh, you guys got to see the video we did. It was Syntell learns Hindi bad words or something like that. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. It's one of the best videos ever made. Achara teaches Syntell Hindi bad words. Whether you're American or whether you're Indian, that video is gold. That is comedy gold. So that's one of my favorite videos with you. And then another one of my favorites was the one we did with Chuck. Mario Warfare, the reaction.
That was fun. I'm surprised you can get that joint taken down.
Yeah, it was hilariously fun.
fun.
The guy who did Kratos' moves is the choreographer of that series.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Kratos is designed like the philosophy of Kratos's movement in the new God of War. It's not the one with TC Carson, but the ones after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
third person one.
Yeah.
Third person God of War. Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a good game too.
Yeah.
Both of those. All right, we're getting a little bit closer to wrapping this bad boy up. Look, 1 minute drill, man. You have any final thoughts, closing thoughts before we get out here? Any shout outs you want to give?
Stop thinking about doing it and do it. That's my final thought. Stop thinking about doing it and do it. Just do it. Do it now. It's not gonna be good. That's okay. Do bad and then get better as you go. Do it now.
Do that thing.
Do the thing.
If you did want to do the thing as an editor, just reach out to some of the socials, and who knows what opportunities may present themselves. Thank y'all so much. Hey man, thank you. Yeah, you showed up. I was like, well, what are we gonna do? He's like, whatever you want to do. You go kick it? Yeah, sure, whatever. You want to make content? Yeah, that's fine. He's like, I just came to hang out with you, Syntell.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we did. Oh my God, we went and played golf today. I did pull something. I did. And it's a muscle that I'm not really familiar with.
So I missed some of the best bits. I started recording the whole thing after a certain point. So Syntell was walking me through how to golf. He's like, hold it like this, swing like this, keep this arm straight. When you go, you want to put the force in like this, and with this kind of momentum. He's walking me through. I'm like, I'm getting like schooled by Tiger Woods right now. And then he goes like, okay, it's my turn now. He goes up, he misses the first 9 swings. He doesn't even touch the ball. Look, and he's like, I swear I can do this. It's the glasses. It's the glasses.
It was the glasses.
I got to put the glasses down. And then he misses again. He's like, you know what it is? It's the club. I got to switch the clubs.
It was the tee. It was the club. And my glasses had this weird glare that was coming in, man.
Yeah, I get you. It was like the most fun I had on the trip. Like,
oh man, no, for real. Thank you so much, my brother. I really do appreciate this. That is it. Y'all got all the deets. That's in the description, and we will catch you on the next project. All right, y'all.
Peace out.
Peace.